Hey, hey,
Yeah, hey, what's up? Yeah, did the videos help you that I sent?
did what? You asked me
Yeah,
if
hello?
the videos help me?
Did the videos help?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just watching them and listening to them.
Did the videos help that I sent?
Oh, yeah. They're cool. I appreciate you
Yeah,
sending them
because
to me.
I sent you the one with Scott and another one with Re. Remember?
Yep.
hmm Because the whole idea of the one guy, the guy who's like physically, yeah, physically, you just gotta ignore it. I am telling you, and like that's the yeah, no problem. And like I don't want anything. I'm not one of these people who, people they try and send you stuff, but I don't want anything. The only thing I want is to see your videos in the future, and you're doing better and you're helping other people going through the same thing. That's the only thing I want to see. But it's like this. It's like we have to ignore it. I'm telling you. I know what I mean. Like physically, you just have to be oblivious to it.
Okay. And when you say like we have to ignore it, yes, ignore the targeting. Listen, on the
You
level
know.
when it comes to the overt and covert harassment, that has to
And I have a couple of
listen.
TIs who I talk with, or a couple of TIs I used to talk with, who used to tell me the same thing that I'm telling you. And no matter what, I would always like think that, you know what I mean? Like it's like I'm programmed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Actually, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm looking at it like, okay, we're not programmed for the simple fact that it takes so many
It was one guy.
individuals.
He always used to tell me to ignore it, no matter
Can you
what.
hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. It
Okay.
looked like my mic was cut for a second because no sound was coming from my.
Um,
Yeah, can you hear
yeah,
me?
and we were just talking about I was just talking about this with you. I was trying to explain like, all right, it's not
Like,
the
look, Wayne,
but hold
Wayne,
on, wait
Wayne
a
just came in
second.
here. He
Wait,
said
wait, wait,
his.
wait, wait.
Uh,
But hold on. But it's not the overt nor the covert harassment that I am worried about. It is, you know what, me having to deal with individuals that I could care less to deal with. It's me having to lower, not necessarily my standards, but be humble to individuals that want to act like fools. So if an individual wants to come around me, whether I want them to or not, whether they want to manipulate my yes, whether they want to manipulate my no, whether they want to force their way up in my house or I open the door and let them in, um, on a level of targeting that is not just from the something supernatural, something spiritual. When I'm telling you, like, okay, ignore someone that is psychologically trying to whether fry my brain, like the things that they do is ignorant. It's stupid. It's something for me not to even get upset with. But if I've got an individual coming near me talking about what'd you do last night, sit down.
Can I
Don't.
tell you? Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I tell you something?
Yep.
All right. So look, I was in the same position as you. I'm still in that same position. I'm still like you. I'm still like that. I'm trying to tell you. But I know it is to my benefits because I felt the other side. I went like 2 weeks and a half, like completely ignoring everything. And it's like the world looked different. It's like the color, like everything changed. That's what I'm trying to get you. Like if you shift your perspective, I'm telling you, things will get better. I'm trying to
Listen,
tell you this.
I feel like
And I
things
know how
are
hard it
already.
is because
But check this
I
out.
know.
Wait. I feel like things are already better. And in my perspective, it's, you know what really like gives me a little bit of anxiety, is being around individuals that I know that are not for me, or being around individuals that I know whether they're trying to uh, just do the psychological warfare, but they get a kick out of trying to make me go berserk. Like it's like they're testing my spirit. They will try to break me down in any way that they can, but they can't. And even though they might know that they can't, they are put in positions to try, whether they're snatching my phone, whether they are, um, you know, just doing the most. My perspective on
But
life changed a long time ago. I look at like the flowers. I look at everything different. Um,
facts.
and while I look at like everything different, I watch how no matter where we go in the world, um, whether listen, all right, so say if I am here right now and I'm fighting with somebody, right? And I'm
Mhm.
gonna go out in public, they're gonna create a fight just like the one that I just had. Or they might create something different. You know what I mean? I'm watching the perspective, the individuals like that demonic spirit. I watch how the spirit moves over people.
We not really talking about like you. I'm telling you, look. Once you start ignoring it, everything is automated. Everything is automated. They are reading our emotions and our thoughts, and that's what they're playing off of. The stronger you get physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, the less it will happen because everything is automated. Everything runs by a computer. I'm trying to tell you this. Like once you
But this
start
is something
ignoring
that
it,
I already know. I've been in it like since 2017. So listen to that.
right?
Let me tell you about the automated programming. Like, okay, so let's look at how they put individuals in play, right? So
Mhm.
here's another roadblock that they might throw in your life. They might purposely put someone in your life to try and love you, hug you, kiss you. You know, we got plans, right? And whether they're trying to
Mhm.
read off my emotions, maybe that is what I have to be stronger at ignoring. I mean, I do try to be ignore like someone, okay, someone wants to drink, get stupid drunk, come over here and argue and fight. And
You just
I'm
gotta
like,
let it. You just gotta ignore it. You just gotta
and
let it be.
and you
Just
know what
let
I
it
did?
happen.
That's exactly what I did. I let it happen and went for a walk in the middle of the night. It was like no, it was like 3:30 in the morning. Matter of fact, this guy stopped me and asked me if I wanted him to take me home. No, I don't know you. And while I didn't want him to take me home, let me tell you what was going on in my home. Let me tell you how I'm ignoring them, ignoring it, while they operate in the spiritual realm, while they operate on a level that
Look,
um
Ashley, you gotta be more flexible because
hold on,
like
I'm
you
already
know they say
flexible.
uh
When you say that, are you dealing with any witches, warlocks? Are you dealing with any? I'm not talking about
yeah, I dealt with
technology,
all of that. I dealt with all
but
of that. And I
no,
and and I don't even deal with it anymore because I used to do spiritual warfare. I'm trying
but
to tell you. But I didn't get to that. I didn't get to that part first because I'm trying to tell you that firstly you gotta ignore everything physical. Everything physical, everything about the gang stalk, and you have to completely ignore it. You have to completely ignore it. and you have to focus on just like being as strong as possible. Like health
And,
wise, you got to change. Like you have
and
to
what
change
I'm
your
trying
diet.
to
You have to
explain
change
to you,
everything. You have to.
listen. What I'm trying to explain to you is the distractions that they're trying to throw in our life so that we might not be able to ignore it, right?
Okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Most of the distractions that they throw, they mentally get you to focus on it. Like they use some type of computer. I don't know what they use, remote neural monitoring. They use something, some type of weapon that makes us focus on the distractions that they throw at us. You get what I'm saying? So it's like we're
All
so
right.
much
Do I get
stronger.
what you're
We're so
saying?
much stronger than
Yes.
they
Here,
think.
here, here. Let me ask you something. Do I get what you're saying? Yep. I get what you're saying when it comes to an individual. Okay, being around somebody else. So being around somebody else, whether they already know about the program. I already know about the program. I'm minding my own business, reading my Bible, but because physically they might want to throw in a distraction. Come here, let's have sex. No, I'm not trying to have sex. I'm cool. I'm purging. I'm fasting. Wait a second. Wait. Okay, wait a second. All right. I don't want to have sex. I'm fasting. I'm purging. I'm cool. Um, nah, come over here. You're gonna do what I tell you to do when I tell you to do it. And if you don't, I'm gonna put my hands on you. So wait a second. That's them throwing in a distraction. Because I can say out of my mouth, I don't want
All
you.
right, all right. Basically, what I'm trying to say is what I mean by ignore it. I mean to ignore the gang stalking, not necessarily people's behaviors towards you. You get what I'm saying? Because even if you weren't gang stalked, that would still happen. You get what I'm saying? Like if like
And what is the gang stalking that you're talking about? Gang stalking
I
is a
so look.
harassment program. Gang stalking
No,
is
what
supposed
I'm
to be.
saying is, all right. What I'm saying is, anytime I open the Bible and I try to read it, people will call me out of nowhere. People would distract me. That's even if I wasn't even being gang stalked. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to just deal with individual behaviors as individual behaviors and just forget about this program. Don't even see yourself as being in any program. You're not in any program. Don't see yourself as being in a gang stalking program. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do.
And you just deal with individual behaviors as you deal with them.
And
You know
that's
what I'm
exactly
saying?
what I do, period.
And just be more flexible towards people. But like all these videos have the programming in it to make us focus on these things more. A lot of these videos are to keep us embedded in the program. Most of what's happening is all programming, it's all mind control. You get what I'm saying? Like, for
Yep, and
instance,
with
when
the
I, like,
mind control, let me tell you, and with the mind control, I would love to wake somebody else up and help somebody else. This is what my spirit, anyway, like maybe I'm programmed to do, to try to help someone, to tell them. Those who have an ear to hear, let them hear. Let them hear that this is not a joke. This is not a game. So while I can ignore the harassment, like when you go out in public, the things that they do. Okay, so what about? And this is what I'm asking you straight up. Dealing with secret society, people's behaviors. So just because individuals are a part of a secret society, they are in a cult, an extremist group. So whether they're dabbling in magic, all right, 1 minute I could be standing right? Minding my own business. I ain't bothering nobody. I ain't talking about gang stalking. I can be reading my Bible. I'm just living life. But whatever game they want to play, on top of the gang stalking, dealing with the secret society's games. You know what I mean? Dealing with the spiritual game. Dealing with the world's behaviors, the world's, I guess, outlook on life.
can I tell you something about the spiritual part is the easiest part to deal with. You just gotta ignore it.
I don't
You
feel
know what I'm
that way.
saying?
I don't feel like it is either. I feel like
The
that's one of the
spiritual.
hardest things in the psyche. The technology they have, the shit that we've seen.
I'm about to. All right. Did you see that video I sent you with Ari where he's talking about psychic attacks?
But I'm not having psychic attacks, bruh. My main goal, my main thing to help anybody else out is to talk about like fallen angels, to talk about this spiritual wickedness in high places, to talk about like um, rulers of darkness. I mean, dealing with an occult group. Please tell me how
A real one. A real one.
that is mixed in with the mind control. I mean, yes, there are. If listen, one day I called. It's the Freedom of Mind. Steve Hansen. He is an educator when it comes to leaving destructive cults and dealing with parental alienation, dealing with human trafficking, dealing with extremism, right? And
Mhm.
he said to me, well, whoever, a girl answered the phone and she said, well, if I were you, I would, call a domestic violence shelter. So
But we
with,
went through a domestic violence.
at that time, I wasn't going through a domestic violence situation. No, I was not. But when I have been, see, and when you're talking about like gang stalking, ignore them, ignore it. When you're talking about that, systematically speaking, ignore the individuals around me that are practicing in the dark arts. Legit.
Can I
Like,
ask you a question? Can I ask you a
yeah, go
question?
ahead.
Do you really think it's your mind that's so focused on that, or you think they're influencing you in a way?
I believe both. I know that they're well, when you say influencing me in a way, do you mean like, okay, so I'm standing here and I'm looking at baby daddy, right? And as I'm looking at baby daddy be talking to somebody that I cannot see. Oh, wait. I don't see them physically, right? And while I don't see them physically, he's having like what V2K going through his mind.
Yeah.
And he could
I
be
can hear people talk about me 24/7 in my head. They know what I'm doing. They know my thought process. I can hear them. I can communicate with them without them speaking.
okay. So when you ask me when it comes to influence, or if do you think that they could be programming my mind to think about something, to think about them,
They
or
want you to
or
think about them. They want
or
us to think about them. They want us to think about them.
okay. So
That's
let me
they
ask you
think
this.
black magic. The only way black magic could work is if you're focused on the person that's doing it to you. They need
No,
you. They
no,
need your
no,
focus.
that's not true. That is not true. Black magic is all about wielding power over somebody else. So when you're talking about me focusing on what they're doing to me, no, 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 no. If someone is dabbling in black magic, if someone is
Um,
practicing the craft,
you're talking about
like,
witchcraft. Black
yes,
magic is witchcraft is trying to will somebody. You're trying to do something to somebody. Black
I know
magic
it's
is the
family.
reverse.
right, okay. So when you say that, here's like I've said to you when me and you have talked, I said I got a problem. I've tried to come up with a solution to my problem. I'm trying to. But anytime I try to come up with a solution to my problem, it just creates another problem. So what I need to be focused on right now is, all right, I still live in this world, and this is all a secret program, right? So while this is all a secret program, I need to be focused on the things that can change my life, that can get me to where I need to go. Whether I'm a targeted individual, targeted with electronic harassment, and targeted with the overt and covert harassment by people. Okay, so let me go ahead and file a motion when it comes to court.
It's happening to every single person on the planet. Nobody is exempt from this. It's happening to everyone. Even the people that are doing this to us, it's happening to them too.
Right. So what's the problem with us trying to wake them up, but not stay necessarily focused on them? But wait a minute. If we know about gang stalking, right? Maybe you're just not the one that's dealing with a group. I mean, you are, but directly,
You asked me
like
from
in
1 to
your
10, what level am I at? And I told you 10 straight up. A high 10. A very high 10. I've hung out with TIs who didn't even want to hang out with me no more because they seen what I was going through.
Keep it fucking. Let them know. Let them know. Voice it.
Well, with that being said, what you just said, well, I have watched the individuals around me change dramatically, and not just change on a level that is they're harassing me, boo hoo, they're making fun of me, boo hoo. No. I've watched them, and this is the hardest part for me that blew my eyes wide open. I don't care who don't want to see because they know what they're doing. Period. They
enjoy it.
Shapeshift, or they are practicing. They're dabbling in the dark arts, my nigga. Whether it's cloaking technology, but it's something else to see so many individuals surrounding you, and the only thing you can do is look at them. And play.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. It's a fact. Like, you just gotta. I'm telling you.
Okay. What I was gonna say to you too, like yesterday, you said that the color red, right? They had you so sanitized to the color red that it made you feel some type of way. In the beginning, for me, and still to this day, when I see stripes, it makes me think of like jail. I know that we're all being programmed, or whether they're trying to. Everybody's in the matrix, and we're all under some big technology. Technology is crazy. What it can do, but for the longest time, I kept trying to rely on the system, thinking that somebody in the system could do something different. Because for real, when it says in the system, like, I'll put gang stalking aside, right? If we're setting gang stalking aside right at the moment, that's not my problem. So if someone just stole my money right in front of me, well, since it's magic, I can't prove it. And since what? It's them using this technology. No. I think that's just the biggest part of the targeting is the.
Did you watch that video on psychic attacks?
You keep trying to tell me that it's psychic attacks and it's not. My nigga.
Do you know what
psychic attacks? Are you kidding me?
Do you know what psychic attacks are?
Yeah.
That's like somebody thinking bad about you. Somebody meditating bad thoughts towards you.
But
people with bad intentions towards you.
Yes, listen.
Yeah, they are, because if they're doing stuff in the spirit, that means they have bad intentions towards you, right? Those are all psychic attacks.
Right, but I'm not talking about psychic attacks. I'm talking about individuals in the manifesting themselves in the spirit. I'm talking about
those are all psychic attacks because they first start in your thought.
Oh,
they first start as a thought.
So what do you say when it's physical? So what do you say when the person is standing right in front of me?
There's no such thing as physical. All violence starts with a thought. All violence is.
No. That's a lie, and I can prove that that's a lie. I started to take pictures.
We have pictures.
I have pictures, actually. I don't know. You want me to send them to you?
I'm trying to teach you something. Every attack that comes spiritually is a psychic attack. Every single one of them. That's where they first start off at.
Wait.
Yeah.
ND, on some real stuff. Mm-hmm. The first time that I felt somebody step behind me, I've felt someone step in front of me. I've felt someone breathing on me.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? At first, when I was first going through this, I dealt with all of that stuff. I do not deal with that anymore. to help you. I'm trying to give you a blueprint of what I did to how it can help you. You get what I'm trying to say? I used to deal with all of that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this too, and Baby Daddy's here to witness me saying this. In the beginning, he said to me, "We stay, they go." So while they are still around me, we stay, they go. They are not technology. They are people. And with being people, whether they're trying to do some psychotic attack, I have someone maybe trying to do a psychotic attack in the spiritual realm, and someone also trying to do a psychotic attack in the physical realm. So you got it coming both ways. You got psychological warfare physically and psychological warfare spiritually. So to teach me how to be stronger, walking by faith and not by sight. When they named this Ashland, my nigga, Ashland, many people would show up at my house. Many people. And when many people would show up, they're showing up in the spirit. These are people. These are not, this is not technology. These are people. Okay. The occult has been around for a number, I mean, since before time. I guess what I'm trying to ask you is, if an individual makes that choice to go to that kingdom of darkness, makes that choice to operate in that demonic power, operate in that demonic realm, with these individuals going in and out of the spiritual realm whenever they want, however they want, wherever they want, and they are manifesting themselves in front of you, are you saying like that is a psychotic attack or a psychic attack? Because it doesn't matter like what they're, I could care less. And why I could care less what somebody says about me, the persecution, whether it's on a level of making fun, like slander campaigns, assassinating your character, all the technology that has to do with this mind control program. Here. No. I think that there's a difference between an opinion and a fact. I don't think that. I know that. When organized gang stalking, we can ignore their attacks when they're attacking us. Whether it be psychologically, mentally, we can just, I guess, cast down those thoughts, pray against those thoughts. But that's not my problem. My problem is when they're physically surrounding me. And you're saying like you have gone through that before, and maybe they have like left you alone. But them operating as a group, like whether it be Illuminati, Freemason, there's a hierarchy here.
An actual question: have you read Kings? You know Kings in the Bible, the story of Elijah.
I haven't read all of it. No.
He was surrounded. Remember, he went to war. He was surrounded. And remember, his messenger came up to him and told him, like, he said Elijah. He said Elijah. He said we're surrounded. You know what I mean? They got so much, way more people than us.
And Elijah told him, Elijah told God to open his eyes so that he could see that there are more people with us than there are with them. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say this. They're weak in the spirit. Well, like God could take them out one by
I
one
already
if He
know.
wanted to.
Right. Listen. Because God said that He is the power over all powers. He has the power over everything that we see. Um,
It's psychic attacks. And you know in the Bible, what's the first place that Satan and demons, you know what they attack, right? Your mind. That's the first place they attack. The only place they attack. They go after your mind. Because once they have our mind, everything else comes easy. You get what I'm saying?
but they don't have our mind.
Yes, they do. Because
How?
this whole program is an attack, is a focus on the mind. It's like they completely changed your behavior, changed your character, changed everything about you. And what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get you back to how you were before, but a stronger version than that.
Wait a second. Like Pastor Darby, listening to him. First off, like he said, this program does not work on everybody. And while this program does not work on anybody, on everybody, on every single person, um, I am exactly how I was in the beginning, except for I'm stronger mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally.
Yeah.
They have done to me everything that I thought that they can, except for the only thing they can do is kill this flesh. So while the only thing that they can do is
I
kill this
forgot.
flesh, what you're trying to tell me, basically, it's a psychic attack when I'm watching individuals that are surrounding me speak to something that I cannot see, communicate with a group that I cannot see. And while they're communicating with them, they know what it ain't technology. So, wait, even if it was technology, you're saying that these individuals are operating under some type of technology. What? An invisibility cloak? What exactly? Which I believe that they have. But while they have invisibility cloak,
Yeah, hello?
I'm still here.
I'm not even trying to like what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to tell you anything about teaching or knowledge. I just want like I'm just trying to give you solutions, things that work for me.
Mm. Um, I appreciate that. Do you know that? First and foremost, the first thing I did was try to learn about the Bible when the attacks began. And when the attacks began, I've said this before that it was a group. Like, first and foremost, it started with two individuals. One I can see, one I can't see. So if they already know about the MK Ultra program. They already know about gang stalking. What do they get out of physically attacking me while I'm already in the program? So while I'm already in the program and they are trying to come against me, not just physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally. Indeed, when you're trying to tell me, well, you are telling me, helping me with like things that they do, or how to cope with some of the things that they do. The best thing I think was first and foremost to learn the word. But as you said, they are going to try to take our mind off of gaining that knowledge. And I can tell you that the Most High took away from me um, the need for sex, um, getting high. Um, I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but I recognized there was a problem in my life, and me recognizing that there was a problem in my life, um, I recognized that drugs were trying to be thrown at me while I'm trying to go a different path. And you got the organized harassment, you got the program beginning. Um, I had to talk to the Most High and be like, okay, well, walk me through this, because I could clearly see that they are against me, and if it's them against me, I seen it was like bigger than what I thought that it was. But still trying to live a normal life and do normal things, bro, I was pissed when they wouldn't allow me to do the things that I wanted to do, the things that I needed to do, the things that any normal human being are still doing. So what they try to play on is your psyche, like you said. So with them trying to play on your psyche, um, they used physical psychological warfare, use a person to try and trick you, manipulate you, coerce you, intimidate you. Gaining strength from that, like, wait a minute, we could go to war all day long, because psychologically you're not gonna break me, no matter what you do, no matter what you say. Um, what can we can do things absolutely to try to ignore their attacks. Um,
What's up, Steven?
yo, I didn't even know that it was 9:20 and you're still here. When we said that they're going to try to use people, he tells us, well, first and foremost, we cannot be deceived. Do you think that I'm going to fall for anything that someone says to me? Yeah, I'm telling you, people can come up to me and tell me I'm beautiful all day long. They can tell me that I'm gorgeous. They can tell me they're my friend. They can tell me they can like me. They can tell me they love me. All of that's garbage to me. And I'm going to tell you why. They can be psychologically just trying to play with my mind, play with your mind. But what I see on a physical level is I see them communicating with something that I cannot see. And while they're communicating with something that I cannot see, that they know that is there, not only that I'm the only one that's seeing because it is there, um, cult with any type of spiritual ritualistic abuse or occult ritualistic, um, I'm not the one that has anything to do with the devil. I'm not the one that has anything to do with Satan. I'm cool being in this program, even if it wasn't a program. I'm cool going on about my life. I'm cool focusing on the things that I once, used to like to do, and what I was good at and what I'm still good at. Um, I feel like what has changed me in this program or in our life experience, our trials, our tribulations, is that's the only thing that we can do is get stronger. We can gain knowledge. But as we gain knowledge, it's like it says that evil men and imposters will grow worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So, with individuals, whether they already know, this is a game to them. And while it's a game to them, What about their behavior? That's the problem. That's a big problem. I'm not worried about any of the things that they're doing psychologically or mentally. I continue to try to focus on either trying to help somebody else or getting the word out about the darkness and being the light. We already know what they have behind them: organizations, networks, corporations. That's why, I mean, the other day when I was streaming, I put up that thing. If you look up at the hierarchy, whether we're down at the bottom of the totem pole, my nigga, they have treated me just like that. And I've not had a choice.
Yo, you said you haven't had a choice.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely.
Do you think the people that do this to you think they have a choice?
Yes.
Do you know they're one slip up from they're one mistake away from being in the same exact position as us?
And I'm supposed to feel sorry for them?
Not feel sorry for them, but
I'm supposed to
just
what?
to look at the bigger picture and just to see that.
But I've already seen the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, I mean, our world here is under attack. I mean, our enemy is unseen. Our enemy is the devil. Our enemy are these fallen angels and principalities and powers. Okay, we're not even we're in the days of Lot. We're in the days of right before Noah. It says that in the Bible. That's what I guess I be trying to explain to people, because if I can see fallen angels in front of me, and the rest of the world wants to pretend like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. No, that's so funny. That's a lie. Excuse me, what? Because the fallen angels have taught different, whether it's 13 different Illuminati bloodline families, this knowledge. I'm around one. And while I'm around one, I've witnessed the power behind them from day one. I've witnessed them shape shifting. This isn't, whoa. I've witnessed them project, astro travel. Man. I've witnessed too many people try to gaslight me and manipulate me and try to do some type of reverse psychology when the law states this, but there is no law when it comes to me because the Constitution has been suspended. Wait a minute. What? I was trying to defend and work with it and not against it.
Great
I guess,
light.
like, when you say that they're one step away from being in the positions that we are, what makes them better than me or you?
I'm with what she's saying. I'm with what she's saying because she's telling everything.
And they're not better than anybody.
I can hear what she's saying. I hear her.
They're sellouts.
And to me, the Most High giving us the ability to tread on snakes and scorpions. And I think we being programmed not to see it so it can go by us. When we always seen it.
Well, what if we got woken up? They're not.
Well, I was always seeing it. I was murdered at the age of 2 years old by a family member.
Oh,
So I always seen it. Before beepers and cell phones. I was born in the 70s.
yeah.
And I made it through the hood, which is Nazareth. I made it through the project. Some might get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they don't like that I made it through the project.
Well, that's probably why they call it a project, you know?
Because it is a project.
It's an experiment.
Nike is from Italy. And Nike is the Roman soldier's uniform. To me.
Yeah.
So these Nike wearers, which are bullies to me, not all Nike wearers,
Yeah.
but bullies wear Nikes.
Well, and they have like a symbol on there, like it says "Just do it." You know.
Yeah.
Something else I seen recently. It's subliminal messaging that they give you through the
Yeah,
brand.
bullies wear Nike's from Nicaeus, which is in Italy. Nice
Or what
means
about
stupid.
what about the brand Obey? You have all these people walking around with shirts that say Obey on them. And that's
Well,
not,
all brand, but that's how the entities enter people through the brands.
yeah.
Because one learns to focus on writing, what's called writing a script,
It's
and
simple too, isn't
they
it?
can separate painted letters like Walmart from the blue background. They can separate that white paint Walmart from the blue background, which is witchcraft,
Yeah.
because it's just paint. It don't say anything. You sure it don't say nothing? It doesn't say anything. You learn to think you can read it, and that's how entities enter into your home.
Yeah.
Through branding, name brand. So I say we supposed to see it because we on a mission. And I say that if you in the world, your mission, you can't really see your mission because things are not fair to you. But I think it's not supposed to be fair so you can see the information or the data together. Because in other words, it will hide from you. It will hide from you because it don't want you to see it.
I had to say this too. Okay, so I live alone, and the other day I went to Family Dollar. I think it was just yesterday, and I got some fudge rounds, right? And 8 come in a box. So if 8 fudge rounds come in a box, and I ate 2 because I just went yesterday. Well, today the box is empty.
But it's
So
name brand though.
that
See, it's
could
name
be what
brand.
somebody is what somebody's got a key to come into my home.
Yes.
No,
Somebody.
listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm trying to tell you. Through branding is how the entity can enter into your spirit sight. You the only one that can see. Through branding, name brand, Lil David, that's name brand. And through
So,
branding, go ahead.
so is it better to wear non-branded stuff?
Yeah, they don't want you to wear
Like
Jeepers. They'll
like
pick at
like
you for wearing Jeepers.
like
You,
wearing white t-shirts or something like that, you know, just a plain shirt, opposed to one that has Nike on it or Adidas or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Nike t-shirts look trendy, looks cool. So you can't really see it. This is how you hide witchcraft. This is how you do it, y'all. Because you're not gonna accept evil. You're gonna see it right away. You're gonna see it right away. You're not
They
gonna accept it.
they do it also through, I believe, their hand signals they use as well. So
Which are wands. Your hands are the wands.
yeah,
Technique.
but
That's
but
why all news
I have
anchors move their hands the same way.
I have an opinion of the signaling though, because I think that they use the signaling for both communication and for location. Because like I've been surrounded by people and they have their arms pointed at me or legs pointed at me, and I think that's showing everybody where I'm at. But then they also use it to communicate with one another.
Hmm.
That's my opinion.
That's crazy.
But you're the only one that can see it,
Yeah, yeah,
which I feel is the key to it all. Is that you're the only one that's seeing anything.
yeah, yeah.
Wait,
And then
but when
they,
you say that, wait, but when you say that he's the only one that can see it, wait, but these people know what they're doing, and they're just going to lie and say that they're
Wh-
not.
What I'm
well,
You
saying
know what
is,
I mean?
and
when I say he's the only one can see it, I mean that since his birth or your birth, your eyes has been the eyes that's only been used, or the primary senses is you. Period.
yeah, because they're not looking. Well, because I'm looking through my eyes. You're saying,
Yes,
yeah.
and you're the only one looking through them your whole
But
entire
I
life.
think she's talking about gaslighting, where they'll do something and pretend like they're not doing it to try to
Yes, I
make
lived
it.
that all my life. I know
Yeah,
exactly what you. I
yeah,
call it they bullshit, and y'all call it
yeah.
gaslighting.
But it's the
Yeah,
same thing, you know.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. So I've been going through that all my life before technology,
yeah.
before
They could
cell phones
just
and
do it.
beepers, and
They could just do it easier now, you know.
that's the cover.
Yeah, because
That's
now
the
they can
cover.
get a little message sent to them, say, "Hey, go do this to him," and then, you know, they'll be on their phone. They'll get the little
Well,
message.
actually, it's kind of like go up there and see if you can get you a cigarette. Like it's kind of like go over there and see if some of your homeboys over there and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's kind of like that. But when they see you,
Yeah.
because if you have that light of the Father in you, your light, you're scary to them.
Mm-hmm.
If you
It's
ever
like,
seen that movie, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, it's just like when they're always like, for me, like earlier today, somebody asked me for a cigarette that I know, and then he asked me for another one, tried to offer me $1. I said, no, I don't need you to hand me $1. I just give you a cigarette because I don't need no pictures getting snapped of me, you know?
Mm. And they can see the light from your eyes. Remember, Jesus had eyes of fire. He had eyes that red like fire, which to me he can
Wait a
read the
minute,
red and the.
a picture? What do you mean a picture?
In my opinion, like they got people out there with cameras, you know, with telescopic lenses. At least for me, trying to, because we all go through different variations of this harassment, right? And so I think they want to get a hand-to-hand transaction with me receiving money, so they can snap, make it look like I'm doing a drug deal. That's my opinion.
Hmm. I don't
Yeah.
feel nothing either. I don't
Well,
feel
I
nothing.
don't either. I don't either, but I think that's what they're trying to make it look like,
Hmm.
in my opinion, towards me. And you know, I think your first instincts, your gut tells you what they're trying to do.
But I think when you come to yourself and realize what Christ is trying to tell you, that
Mm-hmm.
he had eyes red like fire. To me, I hear all of the above. I
Mm-hmm.
look at it like I don't know how to read English and I know how to read. So red is like I read a book, and red
Okay.
is also a color. So I
Yeah.
can see that the red in the Bible, which is Christ's words or the Lord's words
Yeah.
in red, that I can read that red in the real world.
Yeah.
Um, so that light that's coming from your eyes, because you're the cornerstone, because you are the light of the world. If you have that Lord in you, then that they can see your light
Mm-hmm.
like cat eyes at nighttime. Um, they can
Did,
see the light coming from your eyes.
doesn't it say in the Bible that they can smell the saints?
Yes,
Yes.
smelling is seeing. So they can see that light.
Yeah.
While we trying to think earthly, we trying to think
Worldly or
fit in. Yeah, like I'm left out. When it's blocking you from seeing your mission.
whatever. Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to be a part of the world, you can't see your mission. But being part of the world is your mission. Naiveness. You know, when you're naive and the stuff come along,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you witness it firsthand, and you are the headquarters. You're the one with the head. Like how they may have memory cards in these devices. You have a memory card. Everything is a copy of the Most High.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you realize your mission, then you don't beat yourself up. It's kind of like what he was saying, ignore it, but you're not ignoring it. Due to you a spellcaster, and people come to you with words you can spell is what I'm talking about. That's how they approach through spelling. So you can cast these demons out. You might call it look like they messing with me. You might call it looking like here we go again. But you are the one that can cast out the demon. You're the
Well,
one that can reveal it.
I
Um,
totally agree with trying to overlook it. Like you can't overlook it because it's happening. But if you fly off the handle, it just works in their benefit.
Yes, because that's what they want. But if you in the word of Christ and you speak like Christ, then you reveal the demon. You didn't do nothing wrong. You
Uh,
feel me? Yeah,
and
you didn't do nothing wrong. So what are they doing?
they're persecuting you on false accusations half the time.
Which is gang stalking.
Yeah,
So due to the persecution, it allows you to reveal them. It's the world is a stage, Shakespeare, right?
yeah, yeah.
So
Exactly.
the characters in the movie, it's not them, it's their adult, it's their alter ego. They're
I literally,
acting.
I literally had a friend of mine. He said, "What if I told you I was a paid actor to be in your life?"
See
You
what I'm
know.
saying? You're being told.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're being told, right?
It's crazy for somebody you've been friends with for 25 years. That can hurt you if you. It
You're the
can.
only one that can hear it.
Yes, exactly. And then I was watching True Knowledge's channel right before I got on here, and it's a thing he was talking about, and he was saying, what if everybody I knew my whole entire life was just an actor? Were these friendships that I had with these people when I was hanging out in the streets
The
with them,
program,
were
the
they just
project.
actors to be in my life? When I went to church, were these people that smiled in my face? Were they just actors in my life?
Yeah,
And yeah, that is what it is. Even your own family.
yeah.
You can wake up one day and realize that
You're the only
everything,
one that can see.
yep, and it was all a facade.
You're the only one that can see.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Well, it's fortunate and unfortunate because, like, the unfortunate part is when you realize that the people were phony to you. They weren't genuine, and you actually care about them. You know,
Well, they
but
want to break that care. That's what the entity want to break your care. What we sow
now,
wet is what we reap.
could you think that it also could be similar to something like that movie that had Denzel Washington with Azazel, where Azazel,
Exactly.
yeah,
Fallen.
yeah,
Yeah.
where Azazel was popping into everybody's body, talking to him, you
Yeah.
know,
Azazel is another name for the devil.
yeah,
Yes. The devil's advocate. Same movie.
yeah, but the same concept,
Yes. But only certain people can see it.
yeah, the ones that have the veil taken off of them.
Yeah.
I think that some people naturally have a gift, and sometimes we can have a gift that's given to us. And the blinders, like we naturally have blinders, and these blinders get taken off of us at some point in our life. Whether it could be 2 years old or it could be when you're 27. I don't think it really matters how old you were when it happened, but
Well,
the
due to my murder, I was murdered. I was always on high alert.
yeah, yeah,
It was
and,
no one
and
got
it's
in trouble for it. No one got in trouble because the reason was I couldn't tell who did it.
in a state of hypervigilance, basically.
Yeah, without touching people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I had. Well, I don't have that to compare, but like I've had some pretty bad things have happened in my life, but not. I have not been murdered, but or died, as far as I know.
But that's the mission, though. It's the mission.
Oh, it's a goal, and I think a lot of them they're like trying to. They will try to make you die, but of some type of natural thing. Like imagine if I was on a boat or something, and they could get me to drink, and then I fall off, and then I drown.
But you will not be taken out.
Hmm.
They probably done tried to drop rocks on your head many times.
Yes.
Our heads.
Yeah.
And
And it
we
hasn't
just heard a thump.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just heard a thump. We didn't know it was that moment. Because they can't touch his anointed. They can't. They try to get us to do it to ourselves.
Yeah. And I think also that they feel they don't have a karmic debt that happens to them because they didn't physically do it.
Yeah, it's like the rap stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rappers rap all that stuff they do, which they are doing it. They're just doing it through psyche
Yeah.
attack, like they was talking. Yeah, they're doing what they say they're doing through what they're telling you. And the young brothers listen to them, so that's what they say they're doing.
Was a form of brainwashing for the music also.
Yes, literal.
If you can glorify robbing, stealing, killing, all that, and then somebody starts listening to that at like 9, 10 years old, and they've been listening to it their whole life, it's easy for somebody to turn into a life of crime when they have a course that's talking about it.
It become like they did it. Their
Yeah.
music can become they did it. Yeah.
Like I grew up listening to Ice Cube and Snoop and all them.
Mhm.
So, and I grew up liking that music, but then I realize now that that's very negative music to put in my ears.
Yeah, it's fruitcake.
Because of the influence,
It's
right? The
bad.
level of influence
Yes,
that it has.
and what they reference in it.
You can see them. You can see they bad. Men with Jerry curls, that's bad. Bad is effeminate man. Bad
I mean,
means
all
gay.
they talk
So
about is like drugs, money,
yeah, they
power.
bad. They're claiming to be bad. They're claiming to be effeminate man, which is
And
bad.
for one, and anyways, any of those guys rapping those songs that they rap, they don't live that life that they talk about, and these kids don't understand that because if they were doing everything they said they did in that song, they'd be in prison a long time ago.
No, listen, please. They are doing it. They are
Yeah.
prescribers.
Yeah.
You can subscribe to them, so they are giving prescriptions on how to do.
Yeah.
So to them, they can jump up and claim what happened down the street from me with the two brothers that did stupid things with each other.
Yeah.
They can claim that even though they didn't physically do it.
Yeah.
They're not lying. To me, the system not lying. It's a system. It's a cyst on Mother Earth ovaries. It's a cyst, right? So to me, it's a cyst. It's telling me. It's telling me it's a system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I watched an interview from Crazy Bone, and he said that he got an email years ago, and it was an email from this person talking about this meeting that they had between people that own shares in the music industry and the private prison industry. And when that form of rap came out, that they wanted to promote it because they wanted to fill their prisons up. So
Parental advisory look like jail bars for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. They are doing it. They're doing what they say they're doing. J. Edgar Hoover came up with the FBI supposedly, and he supposedly created the FBI to hunt down the Black Messiah. So the Black Messiah is out here. The young brothers that we know personally, like not these TV characters, are out here claiming to be black, and they're getting found. They're getting the rappers, having them to come out and be revealed through what's called gang violence. It's a program.
Yeah.
What you're doing is the movement of the program. What a person doing is the movement of that program.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So the Black Messiah getting found because he claiming to be black. Black mean evil. So when he claimed to be evil, he gonna come out and get seen. Black ain't got nothing to do with his skin color. It ain't got nothing to do with skin color. It's mind state, black minded, evil minded, dirty minded, impure minded, which is black. According to what corporate world is talking, corporate world not talking skin color to us. Corporate world talking evil heart, black people, black man, evil man. Because in the corporate dictionary, black mean evil. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, they're trying to promote evil. Definitely, they've been doing that for a long
Which is
time.
black. They disguised it as something called the black man. That's a disguise. It's really about black man. No matter what color your skin, which is bad, which is effeminate man. It's gay. It's fruitcake. Vanilla Ice, bad. The Beach Boys, bad. The Beatles, bad.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw their back album cover for one of their albums, and it was kind of sickening when I saw it.
Yeah, they're black people.
Well, there's one they had kids on it or whatever in the background, and
They're black people. They're showing it to you.
it was
It ain't got nothing to do with skin color.
it's crazy though. And then they have like a song, number 9, and they're referencing that number. So
That's paint though.
Yeah.
They represent the birth of you. Like you are the number 9 when mama had 9 months and you're born. If you are, that's references to you because that's the first 9, which is your mama being born after 9 months.
Yeah.
So they could take your birth through track number 9 on the Beatles album. They could take your birth from you because you're the number 9. You're the first 9.
Yeah.
You're the head with a dot you're the head with the line called a body,
Well,
which is 9.
and people also, they're worshiping these celebrities too. They worship them as if they're an idol to them. And
It
that's
is
like,
an idol.
yeah, and we
It's
have
literal. They are baby dolls. There's no one on the TV. It never was. So that on the back of that dollar is a baby doll. On the front of the dollar, that's a baby doll. That's not George Washington. It's paint. That's a baby doll. So people on TV are baby dolls, literally, because there's no one on the TV. That's a baby doll. It's light manipulated to look like a person, which is Barbie. It's magic. It is magic. We know this. We just don't want to maybe
admit it. You got like,
It's truly your common sense. Because no animal in nature watch TV.
no, they don't.
Yeah. So what is this TV thing?
Well, animals are into nature too. They're always out and about in nature.
Yeah. So what is TV?
It's something to take you away from nature. Really, it's programmed.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's telling us program series. So they're not lying.
It's television.
They're deceiving. They're not lying to you. They're entertaining you. Not pointing fingers. Not pointing fingers. We're being entertainment too. Mentally. It ain't got nothing to do with us laughing.
How's it going, Strong? No.
It don't have nothing to do with the laugh and the smile on our face. It's entertainment. They tell you they're entertainers.
Yeah, very much so. And yeah, they are. They're entertainers.
It's a diversion, which is advertisement. advertisement.
Well, they're trying to get everybody glued to it too, because they're talking about that Elon Musk's Neuralink. So they're convincing people that they're going to be able to have some type of thing in their head to play music or
Already
something,
in there.
but that music's going to play
It's
advertising.
already in there through music. It's
Yeah.
already in there. What Jesus said in the book of Thomas, what you are looking for has already come. You just don't know it.
But how
So
how easy would it be though for them if you had this Neuralink thing in you and it
it's
played
already
music,
in there.
but
It, al-
then they
it
just give you subliminals, you know?
it's already in there because we can sing the old "Say Can You See." They used to come on TV a long
Yeah.
time ago. Okay, so that's it right there. What you're doing is it. Like they're not gonna wait till you get 45 to do this to you.
No,
It's gonna be now,
they've been doing it your whole entire life, really. You know.
which is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you was born was now. So it was now. The hospital is the hospital. It is Santa Claus, where every boy and girl is delivered into the present. Hospital is Santa Claus. Ho ho ho. Hospital, hospital. The
Yeah.
whole spit all. Um, where every boy and girl is delivered to the present, no matter if they're good or bad. It's all ritual. It's all to hide the truth, to make it silly whenever Christ come and tell you, it's gonna sound silly to you. It's gonna sound like he crazy. It's gonna sound like you don't get it when I'm really telling you the ritual. It's all ritual. All of it. Baseball, ritual. Cotton candy, ritual. Um, Ferris wheel, ritual. Um, the space, what they call it, space race or whatever, ritual. Russia, ritual. All of it. Hot dogs, ritual. All of it.
Yeah.
When you look at it with your common sense, you see the ritual. Because the hot dog is wheat ground up or flour to make bread. We call it a bun. And it's chicken ground up to be called a hot dog. That's ritual. You won't call it chicken wheat. You call it hot dog. That's ritual. You feel what I'm saying? Use your common sense. You'll see it. You'll see straight through it. That's paint. That's not that's not money. It's a dollar. It's paint. Paper with paint on it. You know, there ain't no Mona Lisa. Ain't no woman on that painting. That's paint. The maps we following. That's paint. That ain't no Minnesota. That's paint. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we living in the paint. We don't know it. We living in our ID. That ain't you. That's paint. That ain't you on your driver's license. That's paint. So we living in the painted world like Alice in Wonderland. We jumped into the paint, which
Yeah.
is magic. I am Christ, but I know most folks don't. They go crazy when I tell them. But I had a burned bronze feet. I was burned as a child. At 2 years old, I was murdered by a family member, and I still lived. I died 3 times on the table. My mama named Martha. Jesus got an aunt named Martha. I was born in Maryland. And Joseph, which to me is the son, guided us to where I live now. My daddy told me I came to see him before I was born and asked him to do something for me. So to me, I am who I say I am. I'm the only one that can see, and I know it. I'm the only one that ever seen anything that I know of. So due to I realized I always knew it though. I just didn't talk about it because I thought it was lame. Like I get picked at, I get bullied, and I tried to run away from bullying. So I hid and studied. And when I came out, I realized everyone was under spells. Though I did see that we claim to be under spells by understanding how to spell. So I've been hiding in a building all my life, what's called a house, apartment. I mean, I go shopping, I go to the grocery store, you know. I go down my mom's house. I meet women, I be with them, but I don't go nowhere. People they act like they don't see the shit I'm going through. Excuse my language. They act like they don't see what I'm living. So I don't trust to go with nobody but my mama. So to me, I am Christ. To me, not telling nobody I'm your Christ. It's you who you waiting on. You the only one that can see. You the only one to have any clues. Period. So let God be true and every man a liar. Because only you seen it. Once you see your true power, you be to me, I'm like an exorcist. I'm revealing. Instead of running from the bully, I'm trying to reveal the bully. I'm revelation.
Yeah, I'm trying to expose it.
I'm revealing it, yes. Because to me, they not hurting my feelings no more. I done went through that and cried many nights. I still cry.
You gotta
But
take your power back also. Oh,
which I am the fire. I am the life. I am the only one that can see. I am Lion of Judah. I got the birthmark on my leg. I think Andy seen it. How they say Christ got it on his leg and on my leg. I got the Lion of Judah. Let me see if I got it here. I got a picture right here for my avatar. But this picture right here, when I doubled it up, a lion came out of. But that's the birthmark on my leg.
oh, really, huh?
Yeah. And the only way you can see it sometimes if I scratch it. I have to scratch it for you to see it. If you just look at my leg, you can't really see it. I have to scratch it into the from the ash, the ashiness. You'll be able to see it like a scratch on sticker or something. So I mean, I'm not saying I am yours, but I am the one to bring you the message. You the only one that can see. You the only one ever seen anything. Or begotten Son of God.
Yeah, I've had other people say that, maybe it's not anything we did bad, maybe it's something we've done good also.
Because of who you are.
Yeah.
There ain't no English words for it. It just is. It's just.
Yeah.
The darkness comprehended not, like the AI, the artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It comprehends it not, and it learns from you all your life.
Yeah.
And so only you know, but it just ain't no English way of saying it. I don't know if people get what I'm saying.
It's not in the vocabulary you're saying. There's not words that actually describe it.
Yes.
That's what I take as what you're saying.
Yes, where you might think you crazy. The moments where we think we crazy.
Yeah,
'Cause-
but also if they're trying to prove that you're crazy too, that they somebody can, like, if they're not aware, they're not woken up, they can
They
prove
are
it.
aware. They are aware of the Father. They know about the Father. We may be trying to fit in.
Yeah,
What we forgetting about.
but
I think when you look at yourself.
I think there's
Go ahead.
people though out there that don't know what's happening to them, and that the manipulation's working well on them, unfortunately. That, like, we since we understand what's happening to us,
Yeah.
that we're a step ahead of some people.
Y'all see my hand in the picture, in the video.
I have a question. When you say, like, whenever you're trying to drive us crazy and like they're saying that we're crazy, I know from my waking up experience and just looking at them, like, first and foremost, so are you saying like you guys think that they're under mind control to
Yes.
actually go around and say that you're crazy knowing
I,
that you're
I,
not?
I, I think it's a mixture of different things. I think that it is mind control, but then I think that there's some people that go around spreading rumors about you or giving fake documentation of things, fictional things that maybe you've done or something, and give you a bad name.
Let God be
Uh,
true and every man a liar. And when
yeah,
you know his hand on you, like it's literal. Like if y'all can see my hand in here, this light, well, this is what I call his hand. It's literal to me. As long as I can see his hand on me, which is the light, where I can see in between my fingers, his hand on me, like literally. So people have this hand been removed from them. If you kind of get what I'm saying, the hand of light in between your fingers. This hand been removed from people like the Godfather cross with the strings on it. So that hand been removed. They don't realize that the Most High hands is in your hand, or the
they've,
life, the breath of life.
I've seen a lot of stuff referencing the hands recently, but it wasn't black hand or white. There's like on those face masks. I've been seeing like a red handprint on people's face masks recently. Um, I don't know
Distraction.
exactly.
They're trying to
I,
distract you because you don't want to see it.
yeah.
Or they might be telling you about the copper hand, right? When I was gonna show you my copper colored hand, um, and that it depends on how you see. And
Yeah.
I was gonna show you that in between your fingers is the hand of light that got your hand in this hand. That when you notice, you know he with you. Like you can look at your hand and know that the Father with you. This is just how I do it. You know that you are the truth. You know that you're the one that see your hands. You know that you're the only one that can see, which I feel is key to it all. You're the only one that hear. You don't want to hear me talking.
Well, like from my experience, like I'm hearing people say that they're not new to the game. Like they know what's going on. They're not stupid. They get excited to play it. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
know, oh
But
wow,
they in
every
darkness
movement
though.
they're doing.
Yes, but they in darkness. Listen, when you realize
Right.
your mission,
Right.
when you realize your mission that you can see it, to them, you stupid. In the foul, I'm gonna use me. In the foul, he died at 2 years old. He's gonna be a vegetable. He's not gonna be able to detect much. But I'm looking right at them. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you how you see is it. Like it's not hard. You just gotta realize that you the one that see it. You're not stupid. They think you stupid. The darkness comprehended not. They don't comprehend you whatsoever.
So I'm saying, like, when they're the ones operating in darkness because they're still in darkness, or when they're going to the darkness, I
Said it.
like it was something else for me to watch them do like rituals, not physically, but spiritually. So as
And you
I
doing it
watch,
now, sister.
as
Right now
I
you
watch them,
telling us, you telling us that right now you doing it. You just might not say how simple it is. You telling us, you revealing it right now.
oh, okay, okay,
Because you the one that can see it. Your people, maybe your husband or your child's father, he maybe can hear you. But maybe other people can't hear you. But I hear you. I can hear
well, like
you.
you said, I mean, other people are still in darkness, and other people are still in darkness. So if they decide, like the occult, so if they stay in darkness, they practice a form of darkness. Why is that so hard to believe when I've had to learn from them that it even fits?
So I'm saying to say to you, they laughing because you don't know who you are. You don't know that he got you or the power you hold, and your reaction to them is funny to them.
Okay.
Love.
So I mean, when so you're saying like when we can see like none of their harassment, like the organized harassment and stalking, that means nothing to me. But them operating in the spirit makes me feel some type of way because they're surrounding me and
Hmm.
it gets on my nerves. Like I don't deserve. I feel like to be stalked in the spirit.
Yeah. They want to break your love. So Jesus said, you pray for those that despitefully hate you, and you bless those that
Right.
are in need. Right? So you pray for them, the ones that are coming at you. Like it's kind of like it's the same thing with the lion that pray. It's the same thing to me. When I pray on the sun, when I see the sunrise, I say I want to get out there and feel that light. I want to see it. So I'm praying to me. It's the same thing as the lion praying. It's the same thing. You call the angels that the Most High got waiting on standby on them and see if they laugh now. You feel me, sister?
Okay. Well, can you speak on like okay, this fallen angel technology? Uh, well, the fallen angels got in
Say that.
to
Say that again.
okay, not the most, but
You
the
break.
fallen angels.
You breaking
Am I
up.
still waking up?
Yeah, you breaking up real bad. They might not want you to express that.
Probably not.
They they like they like interrupting a lot of these chats.
But that's how we know, though.
No, I know. The chat I had last night, they removed it. So, um,
You got
because
YouTube Studio.
yeah, 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 I
You
have
go.
a yeah. I'm not necessarily trying to promote my channel. Probably a lot of people that are on this channel go to my channel a lot, but they do stuff like that. Like they removed my video I had last night. So
If you go on YouTube Studio, it might still be in there. It just ain't uploaded yet.
it said it was removed because it was talking about COVID-19.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not in the world, so I talk about what I see in real life.
Yeah, I just know what YouTube sent me a message. So
Yeah, I ain't in the world on that. The corona is the sun, man. It's a crown.
I
The
know.
first, yeah, the first corona. I go to the first living word, which allowed me to read ink in the first place. The sun follow me everywhere I go.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about there.
Yeah.
I felt like it was attacking me for a while. I was
So
out in the
you are the
sun.
truth. Y'all the truth. You're the only one that know the truth. It
And
can be
while
a lonely place.
people don't want to know
Said it.
truth,
People
No, they
would
they
don't.
actually have to give it to somebody else.
a lot of people would rather just kind of be blind to everything and not acknowledge the stuff that's actually happening around them.
To them, it's not they blind. They don't feel blind.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, they watch the television and believe whatever news station they listen to, you know.
Imagine.
But yeah, it's
To
And when
get
you
them to
tell
realize they under spells.
well, it's like they get put onto a form of hypnosis.
no, no.
They
When
under
you
a
say like
spell.
a lot of people want to be, this is what like my awakening began spiritually, and why I say spiritually because seeing individuals operate in these dark powers. This is not technology. I'm watching people dabble in some pretty dark art, and then the organized stalking and the harassment began. But maybe it had already begun, and I just wasn't noticing it. I wasn't seeing it. And I mean, I don't know if
It's,
you guys can hear me. Um,
I think like there comes a point in anybody's life where you just kind of get unplugged, you know. Then when you get unplugged, that's when you see everything around you, whether you get unplugged from Earth or whether you got unplugged 5, 10 years ago. Um, But once you're unplugged from the system, then you see everything, notice everything.
Yeah, what if what you're seeing is your ability? Like, what
Yeah,
if you being able to, the young lady being able to see what she's seeing is her power, and they try to make it seem like you're not doing it.
yeah,
You just see it with ease. You're not trying to see it.
yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, I was seeing evil, and I'm seeing individuals operate in evil. So with that being said, I mean, whether they're having a good time or not, like they know what they're doing, and it's supposed to be cute. Like
They got her breaking up. Or
Really
she
bad.
breaking up. Yeah.
But the whole armor of
okay,
God and word, sword, ready for battle.
They may be trying to play it out when you see them. So they probably see you seeing them.
I think there's certain messages they don't want people to push out. That's why they interfere with communication sometimes. Like her talking right now, again, because she's got an important message to talk about.
Yeah, and me getting bullied all my life, want me to hide all my life
Yeah,
from everyone. Hmm.
yeah,
The plan.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting. I think I remember her. We go on after she's a soldier. Yeah, haven't seen her in a while.
like ND was saying to me, like sometimes it can be like technology, and they want to get into our minds. They want to psychologically try to trick us. And I was trying to explain, like, no, 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 no. This isn't someone psychologically trying to. Yeah, that was definitely trying to trick me. Not when it comes to the shit. Like as for mine, I was kind of warned from a lady that was a strong believer in the Bible, and she said to me, she said, "No matter what they do to you, pray." And I'm like, "Well, who are they? Who are they?" And then I had to. It's only by me experiencing things that I began to experience, like Aleister Crowley talking about these dark demonic powers, and he talks about the occult, and talks about how individuals can operate in these powers like going to the dark well. It's been around for hundreds of thousands of years. So it's like they thought that they had ways to win. Oh, well, she's in a program, so on top of that, we can dabble in these dark demonic power and come against her. Like for me to watch someone um, talk to somebody else that I cannot see but know that they're there, there's levels to witchcraft. There's levels to this dark world. I mean, the devil is nothing to play with. And while he's nothing to play with, we're all not recognizing our enemy. Our enemy is spiritual, of course, but while our enemy is spiritual, it just begins at that program. It begins with our harassment being awoken to us. But it's like, okay, so on top of harassment, like me dealing with a cult, worrying about a cult surrounded by me has not been a joke. It has been scary. It has been me wondering if I'm going to wake up the next day. It's been not technology touching me inappropriately. It's been me watching other people laugh at me because they know I don't know. They are also persecuting me while I feel a presence around me. And like the lady would tell me, say, Satan, get from behind you. I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. So I would say that. But I didn't know all these people were doing this until I started to grow in the battle, grow in the war. And it's not like I'm psychologically attacked. I'm telling them, like, wait a minute, you're not going to break me. No matter what you do to me, you're not going to break me. And they still are trying, like, to watch somebody. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard, like, whether it be the shadowy government, um, whether they exist or not. But it talks about, I don't know if you guys ever been to educateyourself.org, and it talks about the Illuminati and how there's a powerful, influential group that um, stands in a level of hierarchy that is able to manipulate, intimidate, coerce. I mean, a lot of people don't have anything to do with a destructive satanic cult. A lot of people don't have a hate group following them. I do. And that's how
I do.
mine started.
I
Mine
do as
started with a hate group.
I live in like a hive of Satanists. I don't know if you could really describe that, but when you realize that a big portion of your neighbors are the people that went and did a march in the Capitol and did a seance in the Capitol, and they follow you everywhere.
Yeah, like, you know how your neighbors can come and go? Like when you're leaving, your neighbors are leaving at the same time.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah. I could walk. I could wake up at 3 in the morning, and I will have because I live in a boat, but I could go walk out of my boat, and there will be somebody following me as soon as I get out. And I don't wake up at 3 in the morning, but I mean, like, if I did, there would be somebody ready for me to follow me. They follow my every move wherever I go, you know. And then they try to make comments to let you so they know where you work. Like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I was at your job the other day," and then they explain where your job's at, even though you haven't told anyone where you work. You know, and those are for them to try to spook me, in my opinion. Um, but there's a lot of stuff they do. They follow me every single where I go. I get they have people ready for me in a grocery store, over at a gas station. I could pull up at a gas station, and then there's a whole bunch of cars that pull up right after I get in there. Maybe it's 2 minutes, maybe it's 5 minutes I'm there, but now the entire gas station's filled up. You know, I used to remember what a Sunday drive was when there was no cars on the road. There's cars on the road everywhere I go now. You know, so yeah, that's exactly what they do. I'm sure me and you have very similar stalking that occurs towards us. You know, so yeah. And they mess with my place of where I live. They Let's go say at 12 o'clock at night, and I got to wake up in the morning and get to work. They'll go beside my boat and shake it for a while, and I could go outside and look for them, but they're probably hiding. Or they'll tap on it for like 2 hours to keep me up all night, so I don't get sleep. They've hacked my phones to where my phone shuts off like 8, 9 times a day. And they'll shut my phone off in the middle of the night, and I think purposely so I wake up and I'm late to work, in hopes that I'll lose my job. So there's all sorts of crazy stuff they do.
They do that to me too. Like this guy came over to my house the other day, and he purposely kept me up all night long. It's not that I wanted him to stay here. Um, no, but then I had to be at work in the morning. I finally pass out at I had to be at work at 9, so I fall asleep like at 7:30, and then I wake up and it's 8:30, or it's like 8:45, and I just looked at him like, well, you knew I had to be at work at 9 o'clock. Why wouldn't you try to wake me up? But it's he didn't care because he's a plant. He's only planted in my life, to try to distract me. He'll do anything and everything to try to distract me, whether it's, let's have sex or, come cuddle, let's watch a movie. No, no, I'm not interested. I don't want to have sex with you. I don't want to watch a movie. I know what you're here for, period. And especially when you're pretty much calling me a liar, and I'm not speaking on the harassment level. I'm speaking on the level of witchcraft. I'm speaking at the level on, like, he goes into my bathroom and he calls Ashley. And he didn't think that I heard him, but he wasn't calling me. He was calling another Ashley that has. When my targeting began, I was told I had two individuals working against me. One I can see, one I can't see. If you have individuals that are a group of individuals and they are a satanic cult or however they want to operate, this ain't no joke. But what can I do? Who can I call? Ghostbusters? Like,
No,
especially
I
when the
think
system
you.
is.
I think it's you, and you have this ability. It and it's disguised to look like attack, like they know your ability or your gift, and I feel you can just see it, but you think it's something else, and they disguising it as harassment, what people call harassment, but you know what it is. You saying what it is.
Well, as I'm saying
You're
what
not
it is.
stupid. Yeah,
Well,
you're not
every day,
stupid.
like, I appreciate you saying that, but I really do, because talking to you guys is the only thing. I mean, it keeps me going. To be honest with you, it strengthens me. It gives me. I know I have courage. I know that. I mean, I have hope. I have faith. I know that I'm going to overcome this. But um, everybody else in the world play dumb, and
They
I'm
can't
not just talking
comprehend it.
about, yeah, they could be persecuting us, but also using their hand every day of my life, using their hand signals. They're communicating with this destructive cult. And they talk to this destructive cult right in front of me. Like, to learn about the cult, to learn about that group, to learn about them. Like, okay, the best way I guess I can explain it is like the first time that I seen my dad walk behind me, walk behind another individual, like my kid's father, um, it bugged me out because I knew that it was him, and all I could see is just his shadow, just his apparition. I knew that he was in the call, but what they're doing on a physical level, not only is persecuting me, but they're trying to play me like I'm dumb, knowing that I'm not dumb. They're like, he's going around saying like change is gonna come when I'm trying to fight for getting my children back. I'm trying to explain to them what has happened to me. I got all this documentation. I've got nothing but time to do research. I've got nothing but time to do knowledge. Like, I'm a pro C litigant when it comes to going into court. And I've been a pro C litigant from day one because I recognized that the system was against me. And y'all are about to play me like I'm dumb. I'm like
Okay,
in court, like, wait a minute.
what if
No,
the
this is
people
why
that's
we deal
doing
with
this stuff,
representation.
they not there? They like in the second place, like in the movie Get Out, and it's their actor that's acting through their vessel, and they trying to communicate with us what we call shadow people. Like, cause you say it was your boyfriend. What if they in that shadow place? the one that loved, the real one, but scared.
But can I ask you
And
a question when you say that though?
yeah,
But what
yes,
happens when I've seen them actually shapeshift? Like when I've
I
seen
seen that
them,
before too.
uh,
You have?
have you? That's some
Yes, I
trippy
have,
stuff. Like,
and
wait,
I feel that
what?
person. I feel that person is in a second place. I feel they in darkness. They can't comprehend me.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the
And I
actor.
was
The
listening
one.
to this pastor, and that's what he said. This pastor said that. He said, they're in darkness. So with them being in darkness, anything that we say to them, it's like blah, 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 blah. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They're not comprehending it. But what they are
yeah.
comprehending, what they're comprehending is to be, because they're still under the heavy mind control. They're still in the matrix. So they think it's cute to like whether persecute us or to work against us. So even if they're operating in the spirit, and manifesting themselves in the spirit, they're still going to act in such a way. They're actors. Like we're just crazy, knowing that we're not. But
But that's what I'm trying to say though. That what we're doing is our ability. We we think they call it we crazy. Some of us might think we're going crazy.
uh, I've never ever from day one thought that I was going crazy, and I had well, I'm
Yeah.
walking around like gathering like documentation with a book bag on my back.
100-pound book bag.
Yeah, it's like 100-pound book bag. This is true.
I'm carrying it around for you.
And it's got like all of my documentation because I'm looking at these people like no, 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 and I'm trying to, as a pro se litigant, I'm trying to tell them, well, the law states, well, the law states, well, the law states, and this is with them persecuting me. Wait a minute, no. So, with that being said, it's crazy to wake up and still see them programmed. I want them to come to the light, but I don't know if I can help them come to the light. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm asking the Most High, like, you have to have me on some type of assignment because this is crazy. Like
I know,
waking up
right?
one day and your whole world changes and everybody is like robots. Like,
Hmm.
and they're doing robotic things. Like, with the signals, with the um not just the signals, but with the persecution, with stalking you. Like I believe they really see this as a game, and in their mind, it is a game. But they're gonna lie, and of course, call us crazy. But what happens when we can prove that we're not? But
They
they're
look
too busy
stupid.
trying to prove that we are,
They be looking stupid
and
because I
they've
got a
got
lot of
people on
videos.
their side. If you think about it, this system.
I just ain't revealed them yet.
I gotta send you this email, or I gotta send you this thing for anybody that wants it. If you read it, it tells you how these community-based agents or agents are supposed to operate and how they're trained to operate.
What, the gang stalking manual?
Um, Something like that, yeah.
Because you can, there's targetedinjustice.com, and yeah, and there's a whole entire PDF, and that's affiliated with the Geneva Convention. And that has to do with Homeland Security, stuff like that.
Well, let me ask you a question. So, if these individuals like are trained to gang stalk you, um, well, when it has anything to do with that dark kingdom, or they're not trained to do that, that's just on their own personal time.
That one, I don't know everything. I just know
They don't
certain things.
comprehend it at all. They don't. The darkness don't comprehend it. Not at all. Truly, they don't comprehend.
I think they kind of work in a hive mind too. You know,
Yeah, what's
That's
that?
how you bring them to the light, though. Is the humiliation when you humiliate them. Because I love, we don't want to put them on the spot. That's what I learned. I learned the ones that come in my life, I love them, like women, and and then they do things to where I don't want to embarrass
Sometimes,
them.
sometimes I'll call people out, but I prefer not to anymore.
They do
Uh,
things. They do things to where I don't want to tell on them. I don't want to embarrass them because of the things they do. So I realize it's to me to make me shut up.
well, for me, I think that two wrongs don't make a right.
It's not
Uh,
wrong. I'm telling the truth. I'm not
no,
telling lies. I'm not doing nobody wrong. I'm
no,
telling
no,
truth.
but that's
I'm
why
revealing.
yeah.
I'm revealing it. I ain't tell them to live like that in my eyesight. They chose to live like that.
They did decide to do what they've done, right?
Um,
Humiliation.
okay,
And when my friend girl went through that humiliation, when she go through that, she don't like it. She don't like to see that she's like that. She don't even know
um,
she's like that.
I'm gonna say like this, like, all right, at one point in time in the beginning, I was doing things just to make sure that to not trick myself that I wasn't crazy. But all right, for instance, like I would count my money and count my medication
Yeah.
all the time, and I would write it down. So in the morning, if anything was missing, I already can go back to what I just wrote down. I could go back to what I took a picture of, but
Yeah.
it would be like, I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. Or no, they wouldn't even say that. They would just say you're crazy. And when I have the evidence to show them I'm crazy,
Well, they'll
like
do things. They'll do simple things like that. Maybe they could rearrange a picture out, right? So maybe you have a picture that's on a table, and you have it on the right side of the table, and they'll move it to the left. If you talk to somebody about that, they would say, "Well, that doesn't make sense. Why would somebody go in your house and move your picture from the right side of your table to the
It's
left
not
side?"
them. It's not them. It's their adult. It's not them.
nah,
They
So,
in a
that's called
sunken place.
ghosting.
do
Nope,
you deal
that's
with
called ghosting.
do you deal with them? Do you deal with them drugging and poisoning you? Because they drug and poison me.
It's not them. It's their actor.
Well, I'm being drugged and poisoned.
They don't even know they're doing it.
Me too.
You know the MK Ultra program. It's the same thing. It is.
Yeah,
It's literal.
I know. It's still active, you know. Um, so you could talk to somebody about it, and they'll be like, "Well, that was in the '60s and '70s," and I'd be like, "Well, it's still an active program. It was just disclosed."
And the crazy part is because individuals already know what they're doing. They know that they're playing a game and they're going to gaslight you. And if you think about it, okay, there's companies that are paying individuals to participate. And
Well,
that's
yeah,
all over the internet. I mean, if you
the-
when we're researching gang stalking and things like that, it tells you
yeah.
what's
Well,
going on.
well, they have revenge for hire companies also.
Because we can wake
Right,
people
right.
up.
Yeah, like
We
nefarious jobs.
we can wake people up, and they don't want us to realize it.
No, they don't want the message. That's why they try to censor what they can. So they try to make it to where the message doesn't get out because there are people that really need to hear the message that don't get to hear it. You know, I'll tell you my state of mind now versus 3 years ago is dramatically different. I was in a constant state of anxiety 3 years ago. So now I see it for what it is, and I'm not thinking that the car beside me is going to pull up and kill me. You know, but that's what they had me thinking. They were targeting me with all sorts of different things, but they
Yeah,
made me feel as if I had a price on my head.
yeah. To hide from myself.
Yeah, yeah, and to try to keep me running constantly.
But what if you
What
did
I
have?
mean
What
by
if you
hide
do have
from
a price
myself.
on your head? What if
Well,
you do have a price on your head?
it's quite possible I could, but I will tell you that they have not killed me. They could have
Yeah,
killed
because
me.
you're standing.
They could have
Your
killed me
standing is
today.
the proof.
They could have killed me 2 nights ago, but I'm still alive. Like
Yes.
I went sailing today, and I could have been killed going out sailing. You know?
They can't touch his anointed.
Yeah.
We gotta do it to ourselves.
So, but
Um,
I'm not I'm
wait a
not
minute.
disagreeing.
You said that we have to do it to ourselves, but hold on. This is a slow torture
Slow. It's a
program. It's
slow
meant
kill
to
program.
slowly kill you,
Yeah.
and not just
But if you're
psychologically.
thinking that though, but if
No,
you
no, no,
think
no, 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 no. Let's
what is
put
kill
thinking
you though?
aside.
Like
But listen, but let's put thinking aside. If we're putting thinking aside, so I'm putting thinking aside, I'm not thinking about it. But the electronic harassment and the directed energy weapons are still there. So
I
I'm
but
not thinking
but they're
about it,
not there for
but it's
you
there.
though. They're not there. They're not there for you. They don't work on you. They work on the ones that's doing what they're doing.
well, she's talking about the weapons that they attack you with, where they make you
Yeah,
feel
like
like
the LRAD and stuff. They're
yeah, like
programming though.
Right,
yeah,
right.
like you're gonna have a heart
That's us.
attack.
That's us trying to fit. That's us trying to fit into the world.
Nah. With
If
the
you call on
electronic
sick,
weapons that they're attacking you with.
if you call on sick, you'll get sick. If you call on that stuff,
Okay, you're
then
right.
you
Okay, and you're saying you claim it. All right, so let me ask you a question. I'm gonna take it to a brand new level on here. Now, physically, you've got whether individuals, maybe not you, but I know that I've had and I'm not claiming this, but I've had plants and planted in my life, and psychologically, they
me
want to
too.
do that psychological warfare. They want to put their hands on you. Like
Well, and it
I've had someone choke me, and I thought literally, I thought I was done. I thought I wasn't gonna come back, and it was for whatever their mind state wanted it to be. And I'm sitting back like, wait a minute, what? Um, and this puts you in a position, being an empowered individual, that we can't rely on the system for help for nothing. And I noticed that right away when it came to like um
Because they saying
what
call
was
on your
going on in
father.
my home. This is nothing I'm claiming, but what was going on in my home and me just listening, like they're sitting back laughing, talking about they got police on payroll. I mean, with this human trafficking organization being a multi-billion-dollar industry, you've got people from all walks of life not only participating, but they have the power and the authority to look the other way. Because
well,
what are you going to do? File a grievance? I
But
mean,
you don't.
honest.
I mean, you had the power to see in there. You can see in there. From what I'm hearing, you think it's something else to me because you're the only one
What
that
do you
can
mean?
see. I'm saying like how
What
you
is
can.
it
You
that I'm
say you can
seeing
see
that
these
you see?
people. You say you can see the
Listen,
people doing the black magic stuff or the witchcraft.
correct.
And
Yes.
to me, your light is in that room, and they see your light in there, and they know that you had this ability, so they act like it's dim, but you don't. You think it's dim. I feel it's your ability.
But wait a second. But when you're telling me like I think that it's them, and I'm trying to explain to you that it is them. I've counted them in my house
No,
numerous times. They've surrounded me.
let me
This
say
has
this.
been for 3 years.
Let me say it this way.
Um,
You very well can see into the room where they are standing, and when your light appear in that room, they act like because they know your light is there. They see you, and they act like it's them doing it, but it's you.
but it's how you're saying it. I'm trying to understand it. But how I'm saying it, I'm trying to tell you that these individuals have gone to the dark kingdom and are operating in they they they're operating in supernatural demonic
But look at
powers.
sister, the way you're talking though, the way you're talking, you're telling you're telling it, you're revealing it. You might not see what you're doing.
But as I'm revealing it, if I could show you a picture, if I could show you a video, would it be easier then to believe?
I'm
Then
with you. I'm
it
not.
would be like,
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm
then
not against you. I hear everything you saying. I can hear you for real.
because that's what I began to do was take videos of what I was seeing because I know that it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like my life. I had to read the Bible. I started. I remember the first time I started to read the Book of Psalms, and I'm asking my mother. I said, "Mom, don't you see these people standing here? I look at the shadows, Mom. Don't you see?" And she just looked at me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm hearing them, and they're laughing. And when I would see them physically, they would just have this stupid smirk on their face, and they're laughing at me like, "Yep." They would even put it like this, like,
Acting.
this one day, this guy said that his feet stunk. So later on that night, I started to smell stinky feet, and I felt someone climb on my bed. Now, when I felt someone climb on my bed, I began to watch someone else communicate with them that's in the room. And at this time, I didn't know what I know now. All I began to do was pray. So any picture I was trying to take or video that I have taken over them. All right, so you got someone working in the physical realm, working against you, whether it's a psychological warfare. Like, all right, they would snatch my phone, break my phone. They're being very aggressive towards me physically. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in the spiritual realm, you got someone, or let's say technology. Let's say one of these organizations or a corporation. They are modifying any video, they're modifying any picture that I am taking,
Hmm.
and so it doesn't look like what it really is
Have
because
you
they
ever
want to
taken
hide the fact of what they're doing.
Have you ever taken a picture and they put pictures inside of your pictures?
Yes.
Like like you could be looking at a picture and then like if you were to zoom in on the picture now, you can see I would just say like maybe there's like a picture of the Grim Reaper in there or whatever the hell it is they put in there, but they put other pictures inside of that picture that you have.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they did that to me for an awful long time. I'm sure they probably still can, but I've gone through multiple ones between that. And I believe that was through hacking, obviously.
But I
Um,
think we told ourselves what we see, right? Because you know, I would see things too like that, and then I turn into a rabbit. I say, no, that's a
well,
rabbit.
I've
Like,
shown the
no,
pictures.
that's a poodle. Uh,
I've
you
shown
sure
the
what I'm?
Okay,
pictures. I've shown the pictures to other
can I
people,
ask you
and
something,
they've
What I'm
agreed.
Theo, when you said that?
what I'm saying
Um,
is,
Now, if we know that secret societies like Freemasonry, right?
Hmm.
Or Skull and Bones. Now,
Hmm.
there's levels to different Freemasons. There's a ladder that they have to climb.
Yeah.
If there's 33 degrees, right? See, Freemasons practice the highest level of magic that there is, right?
Yeah.
So if these people are a part of the secret society are into some pretty dark things, why
Hmm.
isn't the world saying that out loud? Because it's a
there
secret,
is
right?
no, there is saying it. It's called black people. See, people saying skin color, black mean evil, but people don't read. Black mean dirty, impure, unclean, evil. They is saying something
So I like how you put
like the movie Evil Live, Black Lives Matter. They saying it. To me, they saying it.
Well, I think an awful lot of this stuff they kind of flaunt in our face. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's coded. It ain't even coded. We coded it.
yeah.
But black mean
But
it
I
always
think
did. I apologize, brother. Go ahead.
it's just everything's just thrown in our face. And a lot of people just don't see what it is. They're not looking for it, so they don't see it. But it's
They
there.
under spells. They understand how to spell. Understanding is under for short. So when you
Hmm.
understand, you are under, and people understand how to spell. They are under literal spells, literally. They call it trigger words. You say trigger words, they jump out upset and frustrated. Okay, it's literal.
Yeah, like
We
I
call
get
it we upset for real. Like when we upset and we say dang and we say those words and those are
yeah.
trigger words. That's
Well,
how
I
you
think
pull them.
like today, we went out on sailing, and then we threw out some crab pots, and I think they were using the word crab to try to trigger me constantly today. Which only maybe certain people would get offended with that word. But
But if you
I
I
realize
had
you
to
understand how
also.
to spell, you reverse the spells.
I personally believe that's what they were trying to trigger me, use a trigger word on me today multiple times, and they
So
had the
crab is the middle of the year, which is July, Cancer. See, it's up to you what you hear.
well, yeah, it's how you perceive the word.
Yeah, like
I
the
took,
red hand you were seeing. I
yeah,
seen copper
I took that word
copper
as
colored people.
a derogatory statement.
No, listen to what I'm saying. You told yourself that. You're the
Yeah,
only one that can hear people saying what's derogatory. And it's up to us to reverse the spell and not hear an attack, but hear a blessing, right? Or hear something that's good for you. It is
yeah,
July Cancer season. It is crab season or Cancer season. So I
hmm
don't hear something derogatory. I hear summertime.
hmm
I'm a Cancer. I was born in July. So I hear summertime. You feel what I'm saying? I told him
yeah,
I don't hear derogatory stuff. I don't hear that stuff no more
yeah,
because I reversed the spells. Like they call my mama a bitch, but my
yeah,
mama told me when she, was growing up, she say anybody that bite her, any child that bite her, she'll bite you back. She say I'm gonna bite you back, right? So she say I'm gonna bite you, bitch. That's bite you. Um, so due to I reversed the spells and made bite you instead of bitch, where I'm feeling bad, my mama
yeah,
do say she'll bite you back. So to me, they telling me the truth. It's up to you what you hear.
yeah. Well,
You
yes,
were,
exactly.
yeah,
I,
so
I,
reverse the spells.
I was just explaining that I believe they were trying to use the trigger word.
Yeah, reverse the
Yeah,
spells. Don't hear that stuff like that no more, because only your feelings are hurting from the trigger words. Only you learn 1 + 1 is 2.
yeah,
So the words that hurt our feelings, we the only one learned that.
yeah,
Reverse it. I'm telling you. Then you start revealing them. When you reverse it, they call me a crab. I say thanks. It is July. It is summertime. They don't
yeah.
like that. They don't like that. You not my feelings not hurt
hmm
because I reversed it.
Um,
Then they'll start looking evil on
yeah,
camera,
when
and
you
I ain't
said
do
that,
nothing.
like they're showing us, like black is derogatory. Like it means evil. It means like dirty. It means nasty. Like it means something that they're
Unpure,
maybe it's
unclean.
something that they're flipping. They're reversing it. All right, so check this out. I said that to say, oh well, with free, well, okay, with like these men, they could be a part of a secret society, and them being a hate group, um, they're on the level. I don't mean to bring color into it, but it's looking like that because they are racist, like white supremacists, and I am black, so they can do to me whatever they want. They've done like with uh, slave, right?
Well, if you claim to be
So
black,
when
black mean dead. Please read this stuff. Look up what you talking. Um, and if you tell corporate
okay,
world,
so what do you mean? I should say brown.
I'm a child of God. I'm the son of God. I'm going to what
Okay,
God
that's God's
say. Right.
color.
Yeah, I'm the son of God. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I say. Um, literally, I tell the police anyone that. Um, so when I'm saying black is evil, and when you claim that, they can have jurisdiction because they are corporate. Corporate is dead person. Corporation say dead person.
Well, when you
So
go to court, they issue you a summons. You know?
yeah, like from the dead.
Yeah.
So corporation is a dead place, and the living is over the dead, automatic. And if you
Yeah.
claim to be dead, then they can have jurisdiction over the black people.
That's why, like,
And
I'm not talking skin
you're
color.
right. I'm the same. And you're right. The power of life or death is in the tongue. And I didn't even know when you're saying it like you're saying it. You make me think of it differently. Um,
Because
but
it's in your
to
face.
to speak things like into existence. Um, wow, this whole
It,
thing is
when a person get there, Satan will want them to agree that they like what's happening. Why are you doing this? And Satan like, do you understand how to spell? Yeah. Okay. Is this your signature? Yeah. Well, okay. Um, are you a black person? Yeah. Well, okay. You're agreeing, not pointing fingers. They're agreeing to what's happening. They don't realize it. So that's why I say we shouldn't ignore it. So we could tell our brothers and sisters, hey, y'all, you under spells. And it's soul capturing, it's educatoring.
yeah.
It's grade U8, graduation, grade UATE, grade U8. Soul capturing, solar power around the world.
Like Operation Soul Capture.
Yes, solar power. Solar power around the world where you don't want to have the sun. Sun only follows you. So what's the solar power? You. Soul capturing. That's what it is. That's how you catch ghosts. That's how you do it. That's how you hide it in plain sight.
true.
So I say we reveal it. We reveal it, which is revelation. Read about the seven churches. It'll tell you all about the gang stalker.
It talks, and in there it
The T.
talks
I
about
mean the Ti. It the seven churches story will tell you about the Ti stuff. The stuff you're talking about.
they talk about the buying and selling of soul also.
That's already going on. It's just the market. People go to the market with their marks. Dollars are marks. They go to the market with their marks to buy or sell. They want you to open up your own business online. Like they put it in your face.
Well, like to put on all of God's armor, and be prepared for the battle that we face, whether
So
it's daily, weekly, monthly. I'm trying to break down the words that you're saying.
the living
Like
is
how we
over the
use
dead.
it like daily.
The living is over the dead. Those that have the faith of a mustard seed can have the kingdom of heaven.
So
So
most of the time, like these individuals are spiritually dead. Like my spirit wants to come to
yes,
life.
they
So
claiming black. They didn't go study to see what black mean. They claim black, so they went into darkness when they became an adult. And they ate from the tree in the center of the garden called elementary or middle school in the middle of that garden. And they went into the world and got educated, came understand how to spell, which school you went to. It's right there, y'all. It's all right there. Adultery, which is they not at home.
and adultery also means something else in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, it's demon possession. It's whenever a man lusts for a woman, whenever a man lusts for a woman, he has already committed adultery, which is not
Uh,
him. It's his adult.
I
It's his
think
adult that can go to the bar and hit on women. It's adult that can go buy cigarettes. It's his adult that can buy alcohol. It's his adult, his alter ego. Um, a dull tree. The tree is dull. Um, it's all of the above.
No.
Don't you notice it when somebody's being possessed too? Like imagine you're hanging out with a friend of yours or something, and they drink a little too much, and the lights are on, but nobody's home.
That's adultery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's the
know,
alter ego.
they snap, and yeah, that's an alter ego. So like
That's not
maybe this,
them.
yeah, it's like they're being demonically possessed at that point.
That's what it is. The real them is scared. They're in the sunken place.
Yeah.
It's literal, yo.
And then all the anger that they might have, it'll be projected out on us. You know,
Yeah, because we can see. We call it normal life.
like I had a friend of mine that he does that a lot when he drinks. He just kind of snaps, you know. And like he's put me up against the wall before and asked me to fight him, and I told him I wouldn't. And he's like, "Oh, are you afraid you would beat me up?" I was like, "No, I don't want to do that. You're my friend." You know, but it's the demons that are speaking through him that are, you know, using his anger because they know his memories and things like this that maybe he's upset.
Jesus said he gave us the power to cast out demons.
Yeah.
So I think we should just go ahead and do it, Raul, because to me, we I think we're trying to fit in and we're not seeing that no, it's you. You the one that can see it and has the
I'm
abilities.
I'm not trying to fit in.
Hey,
I'm just saying
you were talking about trying to get your kids again or whatever. I'm trying to do the same thing. I haven't seen my kids in 3 years. Have they been making it harder than anything?
what was that last part?
You said that you were trying to see your kids again or whatever. Um, Earlier, maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen mine in 3 years. I had full custody of my kids for 10 years, and it seems like they're trying to do everything in their power to make me not be around my children.
Your children are
Yep,
the only
mine
one that
too.
can see.
And I have not seen my kids in 3 years either.
Yeah,
They're the only one that can see.
yeah,
So they in the hands of the most high.
yeah, and um,
They're the only one that can see.
yeah. I'm working. Well, I'm trying to work my butt off
So
to see them again.
so I look at it like this. When Mama Bird leave the nest, sometimes she don't
Mhm.
return. Sometimes Mama Bird don't return. So what the babies do? We move on. Um,
Well, I think for me, they're trying to make a trauma-based issue with my children without having their father in their life until, because they keep referencing 18. They keep telling me, well, when your kids are 18, you can see them. So now I think that they're, in my opinion, they're trying to give my kids a trauma of not having their dad in their life for 8 years, you know, or 7 years.
put it all in the hands of the Lord, because He the one that give us the breath to breathe. And that's why I
Yeah.
look at my hands to remember His presence.
And
That
I'm a really good,
He the one that control.
I personally believe I'm a great father. You know, so,
Yes, He the one in control though. For real.
yeah.
I wanted to
That's why
say
they want
this.
robots
Um,
that don't breathe air.
yo, and my first experience with the darkness, and um, I had left New York State, so I come to Ohio, and I'm staying at my grandmother's house. And when I first closed my eyes, I heard somebody whistle, and they whistled in such a low tone, and then they also did a flash real quick, but I don't see them. But it's like if everybody else already know that they're there, it's not me the one that can see it.
You're the only one that can see. What I mean is, outside of your vision is dark. Like far as your eye can see, or on the other side of that building, it's dark over there. I'm saying that you the only one that's seeing. You the only one to watch. You the only one that's watching. Um, which is your face, your senses. That's your eyesight across the room. When you look across the room in that corner, that's your eyesight. When you look down the road, far as you can see, that's your eyesight. You're the only one seeing. So we getting played from outer space by the light bearer. If y'all kind of get
So
what I'm
what's
saying.
your opinion on the not living in the world, but the world that we live in?
You broke up, sister. Say that again.
I said, what's your opinion on not living in the world, the evil dark world that we live
I don't know. I didn't. Did any of y'all hear her?
in? Did you hear me?
I can hear you real clear now. I didn't hear
Okay.
you before.
What's your opinion? I mean, we live in the world, but what about we don't live in the world? But what's your opinion on the evil dark world that we live in?
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil. So to me,
Or that
this what people the shadow, yeah. So I'm the light. That's how I can see in my kitchen right now, because I'm the light. And I feel that it's flat in my face. I feel that everything is flat. We're educated to feel like it's 3D. But I feel that's the true living image of God with the trees and the breeze. It's alive, his word that he spoke, which is my page in the book of life, where I can see life in a flat page that's in my face. I never went anywhere. I'm still in the spot where I was born at, to me. To me, everything flat in my face. When you look across the ocean and you see the sky touch the sea or the horizon, to me that's your eye level. It's called eye level. And that it's showing me that it's flat in my face. When I look from my feet up, I'm looking up. Like even if I look at eye level, I'm still looking up. It's almost like like inside a flying saucer. Um, you can see it, but people they're not looking. You can see it. You're the only one that can see it, which is your eyesight. When you look in the clouds, that's your eyesight. Y'all kind of get what I'm saying? You're the only one that can see. So when he separated the waters from the waters, he called it he sees. He literally called it he sees. And this water we breathe in, we call it oxygen. This water. Tell everything that the Father speaking on is literal. You can see it. The occult is an unknown, like the darkness where you can't see nothing in there, and you don't know what it is. Is it a plum or is it an apricot plum? Like so in the darkness you can't see in there, but in the light you know it exists, and that's the truth. Everything my father talking about, it's literal. Because the sun is
yes,
the
you're right.
literal
And when he
itself.
says that, but he says that too. He said, "When I you enter the land that the Lord God is giving you, don't learn to intimidate the detestable ways of um, those abominable people." He said, "Don't practice sorcery, divination, magic, witchcraft." He tells us not to do that. So I don't know
Yes.
why. What bothers me is like, okay, we can talk about it like in church, like, or we don't even got to be in church, yo. Look, we could be at home. People can read that with their eyes, but they do something different with their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like just because it
Mm-hmm.
says that on a piece of paper and they claim to believe in the Most High, They read that, but do the opposite.
Maybe they can't see the other words in it.
Or like you said, like it's clear in the book. Back in the day, when they would talk about like the presidents and stuff, and how they used to like molest kids, they used to take it under. They took it into the occult and took like pedophile rings, sex trafficking rings. It's hidden. Like I don't know. I played this one video on my channel about Satanism in the government, and this girl was talking about how she was given the power from Satan. She was like fire, and she would go into churches, and she went into like a church of, like John Hagee. No, it was Benny Hinn, and she tried to cast a spell upon him, but she seen that he had light all around him, and she was unable to. So while she's trying to curse him, the light that he had surrounding him would not allow her to curse him.
Mm, yeah.
I mean, if we're all spiritual beings and all that our bodies are just flesh, like you explained to me the other day, you broke it
Hmm.
down like flesh. Um, when we die, our spirit, our souls go to him. You have three parts to a body. You have your spirit, your soul, and your body. And those three parts of your body are supposed to move in one direction.
Towards the light, which is the life.
Yes,
Stay in love.
absolutely. Yep,
Love
yep,
is the
yep.
light. Hmm.
But so many people are operating in darkness, like you said about and how we like put him against the wall, trying to fight him. And like the demonic spirits upon him to want to fight him. I have people come in my life like that, or people around me, and I'm like, for what? Like because they are still in darkness. But the thing about it is, it's like they know that they're in darkness and they don't care. They claim it. It's like
They went into don't care. So when they did that, they went into darkness, which is they they hardened their hearts.
yep,
And
like they
yeah,
say, YOLO, you only live once.
so the adult came forward. The adult, they've been demanded. They went into a hiding place. They were demanded. And they like little children, for real. And the adult is
Why
the one that
just like
watch
little children?
TV, they said it against us. What you say?
I said, while they can look at us like little children, like that's the
The one
best
that's
they have
hiding, they like little
for eternal
children.
life.
They didn't want to go to school. They didn't want to be made to get a job. They didn't. No one wants to be demanded. They didn't want to do that, but they did it anyway, which is their adult. When you don't want to go to school, you go anyway. That's not you. That's your adult. When you being demanded, the real you will sit down, and the fake you would do the demand. Like stop signs, that's a demand. The yellow lines on the road, that's a demand. Standing in line, that's a demand. In the library, that's a demand, right? So they've been under demand all their life, which is the man of God being removed from them, and their adult came forward to fit into the world, not get picked at, to not get behind, not to always be able to stay alive for their children and themselves. For their deeds are evil. Rent is evil. Mortgage is evil. Car leases is evil. Deeds are evil. It's literal. I assure you, it's all literal. Adultery, principalities. It's in your face. They not hiding it. You understand how to spell. I came to preach the gospel or to go spell. Tell my people we under spells, y'all. We're getting what we asked for. Reverse the spells.
I like that you put that, like powers or like principalities. Yes.
Yeah, they telling us.
But I gotta get off here. I gotta get up and go to work in the morning.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
have a
So
good
sister.
night.
It was
Have a
great
good night.
you
talking
guys
with you.
have a huh? Yeah,
It
it
was
was great
great to
talking to
talk
you. You
with you.
guys have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes, definitely. You guys have a wonderful night. We'll talk again.
All right,
Yeah.
sister. Great light.
Have a good night.
Great.
Yeah.
Andy, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still.
Okay.
I'm still.
So we weren't supposed to eat the apple on the teacher's desk,
Okay.
which is the application
Hmm.
where you learn to become an adult. You know, they told us always sign your name at the top of your paper. And then when you became an adult in the world, you start putting your name at the bottom of the paper,
Yeah.
which is understanding.
Hmm.
And in kindergarten or nursery, the grade was A, B, C, D, E, F,
Hmm.
G, and sometimes S. And then when you get to that elementary, they take the E out. E is for everyone. They take the E out, and it's A, B, C, D, F.
Now,
So to me, my
what if
go
you
ahead.
went to a high school where they used E instead of F?
Well, they took the F out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's still the same thing, which is IF question. It's still a question. They took the
Oh,
questioning out.
oh, okay.
Because what am I saying when I'm talking to you? F is F.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they took the E out, skip E, and went to F. So to me,
Yeah.
they asking a question, because it ain't got nothing to do with F. It's a question. Ain't got nothing to do with the letter F.
Hmm.
It's the question F where I get told about effing. Um, so my song off beat A B C D E F G. You know, my song got off beat whenever they took the E out. My song
Yeah.
got off beat. So I
Or they took,
realized. Go
or they
ahead.
took the F out. Either way, it went off beat.
Yeah. So to me, that's the signal. That's the sign. Like I think once you go through kindergarten, you don't have to go to school no more. You don't have to go to school no more. You know how to read the Bible because the Bible is all you need. And I think that's that moment where they send you them letters and want you to be able to catch the bus and stuff, and where you are all being offered to go to the elementary or the middle school in the middle of the garden and learn how to spell, learn how to become a spellcaster, which is drama class.
Yeah. Why they teach people how to be actors.
Yeah, which is spellcasting.
Yeah.
Cast at the end of the movie, it's the same thing.
And then
Drama.
they make you read like Shakespearean
They
novels.
they don't make you.
Well, you choose to do whatever
Yeah,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
You
part
know, the
of the
recreation yard is recreation yard. So if
part
you
of.
don't read good, you can get beat up on the playground. You can get on the recreation yard. You feel it's all go together. I assure you, it all go together. You got the candy seller, you got the one that's talking to the girls, you got the little group or gang or something. You know what I'm saying? On the recreation yard where you get recreated. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, it ain't called that for no reason.
you know,
It's
a
the
lot of the stuff, a lot of the stuff's programming. You know, it's like think about
school.
they got the
School
game
means programming. School mean mind control.
they got the game of cops and robbers, right? Little kids pretended to be a cop, pretended to be a robber, at the end of the day, when we grow up, somebody's in law enforcement, somebody's committing a crime.
Yeah, playing guard and prisoner. You know the experiment, the guard and the prisoner.
Yeah.
It's the same
Yep.
thing.
Yep. Exactly. And they teach us that since a young child. You know.
Mind brainwashing.
Exactly.
And the lames are the ones, the underdogs, the geeks. And you see why certain people go in schools and do stupid stuff because they know who we are. They know we can see it. We just don't know how to say it
What
without
about
getting
the
picked at or something. Huh?
what about the ones that intermingled in between different groups?
They
Like,
pro
because you at school you got certain type of groups. You're talking about that. Like maybe there's kids that aren't really that popular, or athletics, or the stoners, or thugs, or this or that. But like for a person that kind of blends in with all the groups.
that's the chain. That's the missing link. Where though it's not missing. That's
Yeah,
the one that's
that was
probably got connection with his mother or father or someone that's in a in those groups that she was talking about earlier. And he learned how to do that through his
for
relative.
adaptivity or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I grew up on welfare, but my grandparents were middle class. So I feel I was able to communicate with kids that were in poverty plus kids that weren't,
y- Yeah.
because I grew up in
It's all
poverty.
by design though.
Yeah.
But they know who you is by your footprint when you born.
Yeah.
It's all in the database. This device is this the cover up. It's a cover
They
up for the Ouija board. Um,
had some people recently, they're trying to say, well, they know who you are from like those standardized tests or whatever, but my question to it was because
your
they said
footprint.
exactly, but I'm just saying what they were referencing, and they were talking about the standardized tests, and my explanation to my standardized test was I just filled in bubbles. I didn't read the questions. I could have probably passed the test very well, but I didn't want to take the test, so I just filled in the bubbles. So let's go say if they were basing some opinion of me through these tests, according to what I was told, on they would get a completely inaccurate result because I just filled in like I was just basically like doodling on them.
Hmm. Sound like the mission you on.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like school, so I didn't participate. I graduated, but I didn't like school.
Yeah.
I,
It sound
I
like
got
that mission, the mission objective that I be trying to tell people about. Sound like you on your mission.
yeah,
It's almost like you're aware of it in a way.
yeah, just a little bit.
They made it
Uh,
look like those kind of people will never make it in life or something. They made it look lame. I call it lame where we did. Yeah, they made it look like that so you can't see yourself if you fall for it. And most people can't see you either.
yeah. Well, and I guess maybe I don't apply for that anyways because like on kind of what the person was talking about, kind of like that's okay. So these tests, they kind of like say you're going to be a doctor, you're going to go be work in a warehouse or something like that. But for me, I'm a jack of all trades, not a master of one. You know,
Hmm.
so like right now I work auto body. The job I had before that, I managed a marina. Before I was doing that, I was doing maintenance there. I've done groundskeeping. I've done all sorts of stuff. And I would prefer not to just have one skill. I'd rather be so adaptive that I'm highly capable of doing as much as I can. Because if you were to lose a job, right, you'd have good skills that would allow you to get another job.
Sound like you're on your mission. Mission objectives. That's what it sounds like to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, Like right before this virus happened, I got let go from my job that I had as a marina manager where I live, and I think it was done on purpose to watch me fail, you know. But I didn't give up on that situation. I went out and pursued a job immediately, you know. So, and it was within a field I'd never been in before, you know. And that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm restoring cars. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually like it. I think it's pretty cool, man. You know. So, I I went to college for welding, and so I get to weld every day, and I actually like welding.
Yeah.
So, you know. But the point is like I think they purposely tried to make me lose my job to try to put me in a really bad struggling situation, you know. And they didn't think I was going to get a job because that was right when the coronavirus thing happened. So, you gotta go against the opposition if you can. We all have different forms of this targeting. Some have it really bad. Some people have it really bad, but they have other things that maybe someone else doesn't have. So, but yeah, basically, I'll tell my
Resist the
mission.
devil and he'll flee from you.
My mission, I would say, for me, just my goal. My goal is to start seeing my kids again, and in order for me to see my kids again, I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm doing very well. You know, so I can't stumble. So,
I say you put it all in his hand, you won't.
mhm,
Even
yeah.
if you do, greater is he in you than he that's in the world. Just gotta realize it. It's literal. That Bible tell me more about myself than they can tell me.
Well, it definitely talks about a lot of persecution throughout the Bible too, and a lot of this style of stuff.
It also
But
tell me about the good times I have. It
yeah,
tell me about the joyful times that I have also.
yes, exactly.
How I got through stuff. It telling me.
Yeah.
So due to that, I can see ahead.
Well, and doesn't it kind of teach you how you can persevere?
Yeah, we already doing it.
Yeah.
They made it lame.
Uh, the
Persevere, perception.
interesting thing is I never really noticed it, but well, I've noticed it recently. But you're referencing that lion thing. I got a picture of me from several years ago, and I went to this place and they had a whole bunch of paintings on the wall. And I took this picture. It was a picture of me, and I was wearing this jacket, and it has a crown on the jacket. And then the picture right behind me is a lion.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
Yeah, I see
but
lions all the time.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've been trying, just trying to do my best. That's all I can do. It's against all odds. It doesn't really, I'm just keep on striving. You know, yeah. Is it hot over where you're at?
Not really.
Not really. It's pretty warm here.
You in the South?
No, I'm in Washington State. I'm in the Northwest.
Okay.
Now, if I was in the South, it'd be humid. Probably. Um, I've never been over to the South, well, except when I was a kid, because I got family in Louisiana. So
Mm.
when I was really little, and I don't really remember it, but we went to Texas. Then from Texas, we went to Louisiana. But that's so long ago, and that's not in my recollection. I just know what I've been told. But
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Stephen. Yeah, Stephen.
yeah,
Yeah, a couple of people tried to join in, but it wasn't giving me the option to add them to
really.
the stream.
Now, what did it say? Did it say device is not connected or something like that?
It just says edit name, kick from studio, ban from studio. It doesn't say anything about adding them.
Yeah, it
This
should.
happened.
It should just have it in that little, in the middle of the name.
In
Yeah,
the
And
it's
then,
middle
not
of the
even
picture.
there. Their name doesn't even light up blue.
huh?
You
Someone
gotta
someone
press
is
it
in
in the
right
middle.
now, and someone earlier the same thing.
Oh, really? I'm surprised they
Press
even
in
let me.
Yeah.
I'm
press
surprised they
in the
let me.
middle of the picture. Or on the top of the picture.
They don't like it. Like when you're on my chat, a lot of the times they kick you off of my chat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to add her in, but it's not. It's just saying edit name, kick from studio, ban from studio.
Well,
It's not. Yeah,
don't select those, obviously. And what is that,
yeah,
like 3 dots or whatever on the side?
yeah. But
So
you know
you
how when I
got,
click your name,
yeah,
it gives me the option to add to stream.
but it should be in the middle of it, where like you have it in the middle of it, and then it'll say add to stream, like you're saying. But I wouldn't click that 3 dots, because you click that 3 dots, that's where that gives you that option.
Right. But
Uh,
their name is not even lighting up the same color.
If you just reset your browser, just pull it
Oh,
down and
like,
come
all
back in. How you
right.
gotta pull your screen down? That might fix it, but I don't know.
Good, but it also could be in a different portion of it also.
Still doing it?
Yeah.
Maybe
That's weird.
they need to back out and then try to come back in.
All right. I'm gonna.
Not you, the person.
Yeah, them. Right.
Because sometimes I get it on my channel when somebody tries to come on and then they don't have their devices connected, so it doesn't allow me to have that option to click on their name to add them to the chat.
The other guy who tried to join, he every time he tries to join, it's the same thing.
Not allowing
So
you to do it.
yeah, so I thought maybe he was like banned from StreamYard or something.
Oh yeah.
Do they gotta have a StreamYard account? They gotta have a StreamYard, do they?
Yeah, but you know how
No,
many.
no,
Do you remember the times when I would have to either maybe I would go, I'd have to send it to a phone number, or I'd have to send it to somebody's Facebook, or I'd have to send it to
yeah,
their email, or I'd have to like copy and paste it, put it up there on the screen for everybody to be able to read, and then you can go type it in. There's times where
yeah.
they don't even allow me to put the link up. They say that YouTube rejected the link. So we just got to find a way to get around it. And there's no reason in the world YouTube should be rejecting the link. But
We should all go spam the review section.
yeah,
You do
actually,
corporation.
a few times it seemed like StreamYard would be like thumbs up or thumbs down on the review, and I'd be like thumbs down, and they'd ask me why, and I'd be like, YouTube rejected my or cut my video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a video that they flagged, and then I made a comment to YouTube, and I said I didn't because it said like I had something copyrighted on there, and I said I wrote in there I had no copyrighted material on there. I was just booted off for no reason. And then they put my video back up. You know,
Mhm.
there was one day I think I'd been on the channel for like 5 minutes, and I didn't play any music, and instead I was playing copyrighted music.
Man, these people are something else, man.
Well, they don't want the messages out. If we were making a video about just doing something stupid, a practical joke or something, or if we're doing a cooking channel or just anything that doesn't have any kind of anything that is controversial, they wouldn't have an issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like our category, you know, when this is talking about gang stalking or community harassment, whatever you want to describe it as, it's considered a conspiracy. And anything on YouTube that's considered a conspiracy, they try to remove. They try to not show. You know, they don't want the word to get.
Facts.
But if you were doing a channel on cooking, it'd be all good. If you were doing Uber driving, it'd be all
Smooth sailing.
well, yeah, it would be. The one last night that they removed from me, it was because somebody was referencing COVID-19, and they removed my video because it was it said it was discussing controversial subjects against the WHO beliefs. So because it was arguing, discrediting the idea of what the World Health Organization is saying, they removed my video. So, yeah,
You're not even
I don't even think
1,000 subscribers yet.
yeah, now I even think my oh yeah, well I'm not either. I think what you got like 150 something or whatever right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have like 253 or whatever, which is, you know, it's really funny. That's my area code.
For real?
Yeah, my area code's 253.
So do you get the repeated numbers? Like the
Yeah, all the time.
seeing certain numbers everywhere you go?
Were you on my channel the other night when I showed a license plate that it was a military license plate? It said Air Force AF on there, and the license plate said like a couple numbers, and it was 1666. So like I get repeating numbers all the time, and a lot of them, like either my repeating numbers will be like 187, and 187 is the police code.
187, yeah.
Police code for homicide. Sometimes I get 5150, but I also think that's because I have 5150 tattooed on my neck. It's a lot of things, or they're just trying to say that I'm crazy, which I'm not. I get repeating numbers all the time, whether it could be 2222, you know. And then a lot of people, they reference these numbers and they say a lot of the numbers are angelic numbers. And you can do the, like, look up angelic numbers, like let's just say you looked up 3333, and then that means something according to the angelic numbers. I think a lot of it though is sensitizing us by numbers. You know, getting us to purposely read them. You know.
Mhm.
or they could be trying to scare us, like using the mark of the beast. Yeah, I deal with an awful lot of that. A lot of other crazy stuff. I like couldn't even explain why I got so many stupid flies in my boat right now. Makes me feel like they're like dropping them off in here when I'm gone. You know, I don't know how you could do that, but my boat's clean. So, simple things like that. Those are like things that could really make you lose your mind. You know, you're at home and you can't even get no peace because these stupid flies won't stop hovering around you. You know, but maybe that's just natural, I guess. But I never had a problem like this in my other boat though that I had. Yeah, it's all crazy. How do you get the repeated numbers? How often do you get them? Just constantly? How's it going, creative? Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me, New York, but I'm probably gonna jump off of the stream and I'm probably gonna open mine up. Um,
Oh, you gonna go live?
yeah, I'm gonna go live.
All right.
I've
The
been on. I've been on here
the
for a
two people who wanted to join, my thing. I'm gonna send you the link to. I'm gonna send your link to them. See
Okay.
if you have the same problem.
Hopefully we won't. I don't understand why they got to do that kind of stuff and interrupt these conversations we have.
All right.
All right. Thank you for having me on your chat.
Yeah, it's cool. No problem.
Yeah.
You had a good conversation. Had a good conversation. You and Wade.
Yeah.
That was flowing pretty good at the beginning.
Yeah. It's good to get the. All right. I'll see you guys shortly.
I'm gonna come over there too. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Wayne. Hello, Wayne. Creative Keys. This guy Wayne is like
Yeah, he left. Yeah, y'all still there? Hello, hello. You still there, Andy? Yeah. So I'm about to call it a night myself. Hey, y'all have a great light. I love you all greatly.
Oh, what's up, John? You're 29? I thought you was like 18, 19. Wow. I was calling you little brother. I was calling you little brother this whole time, and and you're older than me.
Was it the 5151 tattoo?